Yeah.
Let's just
Gotcha,
say
suckers.
this is
That's
water.
what we go live with. Oh, Sarah's got vodka. That's what I did. I tricked y'all. Got everybody to hold up their drinks, and I pushed the go live button.
God, it's vinegar.
Oh, Sarah's just drinking a gallon of vinegar.
Yeah, it's vinegar.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Everybody was holding up their children level beverages because this is a family show. Actually, I'm pretty sure I went and I put the content warning on this, and I was like, you should probably be mature to watch this because none of us are. Anyways, welcome back to another week of Cyorion Chronicles with the Queen's Frost crowd. Hi, everybody. We're going to do quick introductions, and then Sarah's going to recap us so I can make an item in the game that I totally was ready to make. But we'll start with Josh.
Hi, everybody. I'm Josh. I play a dude who shoots stuff and makes things out of potions. But an alchemist gunslinger human named Jaeger. That's me.
Very nice. Next is Magic. I loved that intro. That was good.
Nice. Well, to follow Josh, I play a half-breed who likes to knock people with a quarterstaff over the head. Is Tarak, a half-orc with Shadow Monk.
Next
Love it.
is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play a pink chick who zaps people and talks a lot. I play a tiefling sorcerer. Maximiel.
Is this how we're doing this today?
Yeah.
This is great.
This is how we're doing this today?
Deconstructed
It's
D&D
session
character.
40. We gotta change it up a bit.
Can we not change it for the worse? Because I'm feeling very uncomfortable as we do this.
Why? It's just gonna be on you to make it even more weird when it's your intro. Who do you play?
Oh, I am putting all my brain power to this now. Okay, next is Zach.
Hi, everyone. I am Zach. I play a big old brass, copper. I forget what metal he is. The dragon man who hits things
Isn't it your
with a giant
dragon?
sword.
It's
It
your
is,
dragon
but I've completely forgotten.
Nobody
like, I know
say
he's some
things
kind of-
like, hey
Pretty
guys,
sure he's
the
brass.
one thing Ben
he's
really
brass.
wanted
You're
was for you
brass.
guys to know your characters really well and just be your best you can be.
Look,
And I'm
the color of his skin does not matter. What's important is that he is.
doesn't it
a
directly
half of-
like your breath weapon?
Yeah.
You're brass.
Yeah.
I am brass.
Sarah looked at us.
Thank
like,
you,
No
Sarah.
taker. She took
I
the
love
initial
this.
note.
Sarah.
I,
Oh my God.
I remember you
Sarah.
being brass.
Yeah. I am, because copper is an evil aligned.
No,
one
copper is
in the book.
acid. Copper's good, but
Oh,
copper's
it's
acid.
acid. Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Lore checked.
This is
least
why we
it-
have Sarah. She keeps better notes than any of us.
Asterisk in
Anyway.
standard 5th edition rules.
But yes, I play
Because Ben fucks with everything. Thank you.
That's true. Yeah, I play a dragonborn barbarian who kills things with a big sword. Yay! Oh, his name is Doran.
Oh, he's got a name. Cool. Sword.
Yeah.
Next is Nate.
That's me. I play an old guy who does magic stuff and occasionally does a stab. I play Soren, the half-elf blade singer rogue.
Amazing. And last but certainly not least at all, we have David.
Hey, I play a thin, pale, witchy warlock with a young girl, spectral familiar, and my patrons hold sway over the land of dreams. I am Batran, the human witch.
Botchard wins. Botchard wins.
Badass.
Botchard.
Badass.
That was awesome. Man,
Well played.
wow. That was
Love that was in
impressive.
character too.
I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to be cheeky and like I'm gonna think of something fun. No, Botchard killed it. Hi, I'm Ben, BM the DM. I am a shifter of skins and faces as I play all of the madness that drives this insane world that we call home.
You ask him what he plays God.
I play all you bitches is what I
No,
play.
we don't have any clerics. There's no gods here.
Plays
None.
all the NPCs.
I play all you bitches. Yeah, it has been a crazy day. Apparently, we had Sarah running back from class. Josh has got new job stuff going, so he's sprinting here. I totally forgot as I was like typing things that, oh, we should probably start the stream in 10 minutes. So we're totally ready. I do play a hat man named Willie in your campaign. We have Willie the sentient hat, who was formerly a door, and then they failed to get him magicked out of that and turned him into a hat instead. But hey, he's not a door anymore. He's a door
associated
no
with hats. A man who is a hat.
He is a hat. Yeah. He is Willie the sentient
Doors
hat.
are a bore. Hats are where it's at.
Exactly.
It's just another man's prison.
So, with that, we're gonna let Sarah recap us really quick while I type up these awesome bracers that she wasn't sure what she was Vanna Whiting. This neat new item that I purchased last week as they were discussing it, but had no idea what it was. It's a set of bracers, and we're putting them together right now. Or no, it's not. It's a special hand thing. Damn it. I need to find an art piece for this. See how much we got me mixed up, Sarah?
I'm sorry.
No, not you. I'm blaming the royal we. Mostly it's all the voices in my head. So, Sarah, what did we do last week? So I'll shut up.
Last week we chatted with
Rose.
Sabori, the dark elf from Eterna, who is Mina's mom, ? But that's out of character knowledge. And we learned a lot about the Ebon Hand and how they sacrifice people into the Maw. And there are two factions in the war in Eterna. There's the Ebon Hand, who are religious zealots, and then there are the Stella Tenuum, who are like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. We found out about really cool floating rocks in Eterna, and that's where the Ebon Hand kept the prisoners that they took, so that is important information for some of our player characters. And the gates are what connects our worlds. They're these cool circular stone things. That was the Eternan name for them. We learned some about languages. Tarot got a rock.
A very special rock. It was an eternal rock.
Some of the player characters got inebriated, which was very fun. And we went shopping. And then Tarok and Maximiel saw the NW symbol made with blood while we were out shopping.
I totally forgot we ended on that. I was like, did I end on a cliffhanger last week? Because I've been making a point to cliffhang as much as possible ever since Josh posted that meme. I was like, I know I did it before, but we're going to make it even worse now. Cool.
This is session 40.
Session 40. We love to see it.
So many sessions.
It is. It is all of the sessions and many of the sessions. I am literally clicking buttons in here trying to make this work really quick. It has 2 charges per day? Question mark?
Write that down. Write that down.
Yes. Excellent. So, Sarah, as well, since I totally butchered what this cool item was, why don't you describe what it was that you were actually showing off that Maximiel is now wearing on her wrist?
Oh, so Maximiel has this gem-like focus that she wears that's kind of suspended from her fingers and from her wrist, and it kind of hangs in the center of her palm. There are rings and chains that go to this central
That's so cool.
gemstone in the middle, and no matter how she moves her hand, there's something that's keeping it suspended up. And it's magical.
Ooh, and
Sweet.
there it is. It's actually, should be in your inventory now. +1 gem bracer of charisma.
Yay, thank you.
And it's got 2 charges on it for you.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
What is yours made out of? Like what parts?
Gold chains,
his is-
but also reinforced with chitin to like help keep the clasps closed and everything, because it is a reinforced item.
Right.
And it does, because of the imbuement system, this also gives you a +1 to your AC. for as long as you wear it. And its imbuement item that the guy had on hand to put in was Rakshasa Claws, is what he imbued for the charisma item.
Yeah.
There's
Oh my.
not going to be an angry Rakshasa that's going to come out.
No, he promised you that it was dead. He was like, oh, it was very dead that we took
Promises.
Yeah.
Retroactive
dead
insight check.
Rakshasa.
Retroactive insight check.
it. Absolutely. So we're adding a armor class bonus to you.
Even I still get.
I love how all D&D players, whenever like an NPC promises, and we're all like, yeah, we don't believe you at all.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Even though I got the focus, it still counts as with AC.
Oh, you changed it on me. That's right. You changed it to a focus.
I didn't ever say it was a bracer.
I said it was because I just copied his. So nope, it does not give you +1 AC.
Okay,
am
because
sorry.
I was wondering, because if I have armor on, that means that I'm not able to use my scaled armor, which basically means that I don't get a.
So
any
those
upgrade.
bracers from that system specifically do not count as armor for that purpose.
Oh,
You played yourself.
I have.
You
I have.
fool!
This is a brand new system. If you want it to be bracers to get the +1 AC, we'll
Please.
allow it to be bracers, or you can take it as a focus. It's up to you. You can still have it be cool gem bracers. It'll just be like armored at the bottom a little bit, and then they'll look cool. But it's up to you. I'll let you choose.
I'll take the regular focus for now.
Okay.
I'll just do that.
It is now a gemmed focus of charisma instead. Cool. So we will go ahead and not stall for time, as I'm just adding bit right here. We will pick back up
Sentient
with
item. No, we already have one of those.
one that you guys have just not checked on in forever.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, she's having a blast.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He
That
doesn't
was...
need to know how bad it is out here.
Go ahead and really quick, just roll a persuasion check for me, Sarah, so I can double check this on Maximil. I'm gonna have you do. Yep, I'm gonna have you do 2 in a row here, really quick.
Sure.
Well, actually, if you're just rolling statically, you can do it all your own self and just make sure you add your +2. Awesome. Now do one more now for me. I should see an extra 2 on there if I did my job right. Hey, look at that. I did. Cool. All right, you're all set.
Woo.
So
I rolled an 11.
we'll just get those. I would say we'll get those good rolls out of the way, but I mean, you got a passive +13 to your persuasion.
Dang.
Disgusting. I hate it, but I love it. Okay, we'll start back right up with Maximil and Tarak were out.
Mm-hmm. Heading back to the people to tell everyone.
Heading back into the group. This is next day after your first night of, what was it, the hookah, everybody having a little bit to drink and take the edge off. But the next day, now after a little bit of shopping, you come back to the palace at Rosita, the primary residence of the Castile family. To everybody else kind of hanging out, there was the kind of family dining room where you guys were. There is a formal dining area to host members of other like emissaries from other cities, as well as nobles from other kingdoms in the world. But you guys were primarily hanging out at like what would be considered the family dining area, kind of more relaxed area. Operates Maximil, you had spent time when you were visiting there with Melindra, just like putting books out, reading, studying, talking together, just hanging out inside that area. It's kind of the family's common room is the best way to put it. It's central to a lot of the residential areas of this estate. And that's kind of where everybody's been congregating. So really the place that would make the most sense to head back to find everybody. And I don't think anybody else was out. A couple people had done some shopping. And Tarak had some specific ideas to go talk to Melindra about, so that's where you would find her. Anybody else that was out and about, or are we all pretty much back at the residence now? Just looking for a vibe check from everybody where they think we're at.
How many days has it been?
This is literally day 2. This is day 2 at Rosita.
I think I was spending this day just like training or something like that.
Would the amulets be done? Medallions?
Probably tonight.
Okay. Then no, I wouldn't be out.
Yeah, he did say, I think, that they would send a runner for you as soon as they were available.
Perfect. Just chilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Tarak and Maximil, you definitely find everybody else hanging out back in the common area. Melindra has a private study as well. Like, Jewel Rosita is a really good artificer and engineer. She spends a lot of time there, but there's something about yesterday's news where she's just kind of hanging out with the group and vibing with all the friends and trying to like absorb all the madness that just went down. So she's hanging out as well, but nobody else from the Castile family is there.
Okay. So when Max and Trog go back, that's all who's there? Just Melindra and the rest of our group?
Yep, and the rest of your group's there, and Melindra
Okay.
as well.
All right, well, Tarag closes the door after they go back. He says, he's here.
That was very cryptic. The Nightwalker is here. He attacked. He killed some people. People? Was it people? And painted the NW on the ground. So unless it's a very avid copycat killer, that is who you were talking about, right?
Yes.
Unless there's some sort of other enigmatic he after.
Come on, Tarag was trying to be enigmatic. Give him that.
No, you're very enigmatic, Tarak. You're doing a great job. You're very, like, gothic, emo, you know.
You do have a brooding quality about you.
Great. Stop smiling. It, like, ruins the whole facade.
Right. Sorry. That's not Tarag, that's Magic smiling. Tarag is like superstar.
I thought that the Nightwalker only appeared where there was, like, great injustice.
We don't know the story about what happened there, but we also don't possibly know everything that's going on here.
I mean, I would imagine it's a city. There's bound to be injustice to some degree, no matter where you go.
I suppose it is true. It just seems like, this place is pretty nice. I didn't think a person like the Nightwalker would have to show up here dispensing their brand of justice.
The guards were very tight-lipped about what happened. Melindra, do you have an idea how we might find out more information?
She's kind of looking up as you guys were talking about, oh, he's here, and she's like flipping through books, writing things down, and aside from the rumors and the fairy tales, this is kind of the first I've heard that this is an actual thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, I don't.
Oh. The guards refused to talk to us. Perhaps you could help pull some strings so we could find out some information about it?
I mean, they might be telling Dad about it. I don't know, or planning to report back up to the captain of the guard. It's possible.
Well, we're trying to find him because we think he may help us. And we also want to figure out what he's actually doing. So that would be really helpful if we were able to figure out more about him and what he was doing here, what he did. It would be really helpful, and it would also help us in the long run as well. He has connections to, like, phenomancy, which has possibly some roots with the whole Eterna thing, you know?
I mean, you probably ask the people. Like, somebody was bound to see something. If the guards aren't going to talk about it, maybe interview some of the people in the streets and see what they know.
Did you guys ask anybody out there?
Tried asking some of the guards, but all of the civilians seem to just have gathered and be like, "Oh, what's going on? Chatter, 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 murmur, rumor."
We made haste to come back here and tell you. Thought you should know.
Anytime I've
Okay.
seen... Oh, go ahead.
Out of character, just checking. We've been told about this thing attacking like that slaver camp or whatever, and that it was like some sort of like 20-foot tall monstrosity that was like ripping people apart, right?
Yeah. Yep, that's what you were told. I think you have a friend who corroborated that story.
Yeah, she's like back at the inn, I think, still.
I'm pretty sure you
Or did
guys.
we bring her with us?
I think
No, we
pretty
had
sure
her
you sent
brought
for
to
China.
us.
Yeah, she's
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
she's not in
And-
this room. She's kind of got a private
Maybe
room.
we shouldn't bring that up with her since she still seems a little like,
I think leave her out of our troubles as much as possible.
This is. A thought occurs to me, this Chana was spared in the first attack, and now the Nightwalker is here again. Could he possibly be following her?
Possible.
We understand his motives, or its motives, correctly. I don't imagine a young woman of that caliber would be worthy of destruction on that.
What if
Level.
it's like, I don't know, maybe...
what if he's
maybe
mad at us for the camels?
It wasn't even our fault.
It was technically not
I
our
don't
fault.
think so. I
Uh,
think
maybe-
it's a coincidence that it happened and she is here. I don't think she has anything to do with it. She's nothing but an innocent bystander.
Well, she hid during his attack on the slavers. Maybe he didn't see her, and he's trying to track her down as some sort of, I don't know, bounty hunter. Like, maybe her parents are looking for her, or someone is looking for her.
And maybe she is the Nightwalker.
I was just about to say, maybe he is actually a sheik.
But the timing would be a little off for that. If Chana is the Nightwalker, I mean, she was fairly young.
That's true. She is only like 16.
Yeah.
And also
she's-
not some sort of giant,
In a
horrible monstrosity creature that
Well,
rips
we
people
know-
in
I
half.
mean, we've seen
some
weirder
can
things happen.
transform. So maybe like sometimes, like she walks around like a were Nightwalker, you know? Like when it's nighttime or a full moon. What moon is it?
Like a werewalker.
Yeah. What phase of the moon is it?
This is
where the moon's like.
last night.
Yeah.
Last night Eovis was waxing gibbous and Vikiter was a new moon.
Okay. So maybe it's like an addition problem, like waxing gibbous plus.
I don't
new
want to do more math. It's been a long day. I'm sweaty.
Not everything is math, Maximil.
Maybe it's not our moon. Just kidding.
That's no moon.
That's no moon.
It's too
The
big to be a
moon's not
space
real.
station.
All right.
Okay, but perhaps a werewalker or something along those lines. We can't wax out. No, what's the word? Cross off. I'm tired. Maximil sits down.
You want some hookah?
I don't think that'd help.
You'd be surprised.
It might.
Well,
Well,
this person, this Nightwalker, clearly, I don't know. Clearly, they're not someone to be tangled with. But if Maximilian is right, and we are looking for them for information on our limited knowledge of phenomancy, I think our best bet would be to either go and interrogate people who have seen this Nightwalker, or possibly wait for Melindra's dad, whose name I forgot, to return.
Belrind.
And then Belrind. Perhaps wait for Belrind to return and get information that way.
yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we, as the Midnight Parliament, we do kind of get ourselves entangled with things we probably should not get ourselves entangled with on a, regularly
Almost exclusively.
basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much our modus operandi, yeah.
We excel at that. Well, I guess the guard was not very forthcoming to you, but perhaps if we ask Belron to talk to the captain of the guard and tell him what they know.
Or we could just go out ourselves, see what we can find out. I mean, some of us are sneaky, some of us, are good at telling half-truths, some of us are good at just sneaking about.
I could shoot somebody.
Threaten to shoot someone would be a great way to get information, I think. Just
Oh,
don't
you
put
could
my
shoot
name
somebody.
on that.
I don't know about great way, but it would be a way.
Well, I mean, it's better than blowing them up, but I can do that too.
By a slight
You're not
margin,
wrong,
yes.
and I don't like that you're not wrong.
Well, let's just be honest. There is you, who is good at talking to people, and then there's us.
No, you're not giving yourselves enough credit. I mean, you guys are really good.
I'm okay with talking to people.
Yeah.
Barely.
I'm a practiced liar. Does that count? I don't think that
Yeah.
helps right now.
Oh, I think it'd help, Oh, I am also, I'm the helper of Belrins. You should let me know things. I am very fancy. That sort of thing.
Maximilian,
Just
you
look
should
down at my
stick to
sweaty
just-
ass clothes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Max, no. Just do whatever it was you were doing that kept you alive that wasn't that.
Thanks.
Melindra just
thanks,
kind of
Mel.
goes back to her notes.
Hey, I can be very good at impressioning people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
Don't appreciate your confidence.
You make a very good impression on people.
Right, so who are we intimidating or shaking down first?
Let's go out and find out.
All right. Clean.
Oh, Max can do that too. Yeah, go back to cleaning clothes or something, Max. That seems a little bit more your forte.
Are you sending me to the laundry room?
I could if I wanted to. Actually, yeah, it's not pronounced forte. It's her forte.
That's true.
It's an underhanded dig at Max, and it's actually correct. Well, I mean, I could if I wanted to, considering you're impersonating the real trade princess of Katya, and clearly she's back at home doing work, and you're here assuming her identity.
Yeah. She's totally actually there, and I'm just, a changeling, obviously. See? I'm like, I make my eyes white using thaumaturgy.
Ooh.
All right, we have things to do. We don't have time to be sitting here being sassy to each other, although I do enjoy it, and we should do it more often, but this is kind of a pressing matter.
She thinks of something witty to say for a moment, and she takes it back. She's like, no. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go ahead.
Yalanzi?
Not anymore. No, not up to that.
That's it, I think.
I'm going to sit.
Where's the rum? Where's the
stay back
rum?
with Jaeger and get the hookah going again.
I think
Yeah,
I found the person
someone
to
for you to
shoot.
shoot. Yeah.
Who's first? You or me?
It's gonna be one of those Mondays.
Of course it is. Good at those days.
I walk outside.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll start heading out. Clean
So-
myself.
We could go visit
So,
your girlfriend,
as-
Soren.
I could, though I don't have any money, and I feel like my charm is very much weighted on how much money I have at the moment.
I don't know. She seemed pretty content with you last time.
She's got some new knives for me. All right, if we happen to go by that way, I will stop in and say hello. if only to pay compliment on how nice these are.
So, sorry, Tarak, you were trying to say something there.
Yeah. So is our idea to all go out together and try to interrogate people as a group? But
I feel like it would be better if we cover more ground split up.
yeah, exactly.
I concur, but we should go together to the place that it happened and then
And then fan out from there.
It's worth a shot.
All right, well, lead the way. Scene of the crime, I suppose.
Tarak is going to lag behind a little bit when everybody leaves, and I will catch up with you as soon as I can. And he's going to talk to Melindra for a little bit.
Great. I have a general idea about where it happened.
Yeah. And the rest of you see Tarak and Melindra talking about something briefly. And she jots down a few notes and gives him a thumbs up, and that's about it. So, good luck, y'all. Have fun. So, heading out into the city streets of Rosita. Midday, a little bit busier out here, but by the time you guys get out towards Tarak and Maximil, you lead everybody kind of in the direction of where things happened. The crowd's mostly dispersed at this point. The bodies have been picked up. There's a few folks investigating there. Artificers with incredibly interesting headgear. They've got multiple lenses that they're flipping down and kind of talking about and looking at this scene of this crime. And they seem to be interacting with the space in an interesting way. They're not really touching anything, but they're discussing a lot of what's happened, and are messing with these big multi-lensed eyewear that they have on. As they're talking about
specs.
They are Inspector Spectrum.
I'm gonna do the same.
Is there one with red hair who says something witty and then just drops the dark glasses? So.
That's when you guys get closer. Don't take my thunder.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just picturing Rick Moranis in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
It's actually exactly what I was picturing, so thank you. You can have inspiration right now, Doran.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is I pulled down mine and click on mine, and I'll do detect magic through my spectral analyzers.
The magic is primarily coming from those two headsets that they're wearing. The goggles are very enchanted. They appear to be of very fine make as well. But you're seeing all sorts of every school of magic except for necromancy, but divination's pretty heavy on both of those headsets as they're kind of looking about. But otherwise, the actual crime scene, not really anything there. And there's only now a couple guards just kind of keeping people at bay, but now with the bodies gone and now it's just kind of some bloodstains on walls, people are pretty much back to normal. There's a few people lagging about in the crowd looking at things, but not really anything going on.
Tarak is going to use the Eyes of the Eagle to see if he can spot anything that's on the ground or on the walls, anything that might give us a clue of what happened.
Yeah, make an investigation check. I mean, normally that's for perception, but since you're this close in an alleyway, I'll let you make an investigation check.
Okay.
And then I just want to keep in the crowd, kind of just watching for any funny business or anybody on stoops or somewhere not in the crowd with detect magic going. Just seeing if I can see anybody important.
Now that is a 5.
Ouch.
Oof. Yeah, with a 5, I mean, even though you rolled poorly, you're confident that this is nothing more than the universe telling you that there's not much here. The crime scene's pretty well broken down. You can see and piece together the same things you saw last time. There was a conflict here. There's multiple people involved with from the attack pattern, and just you've seen a lot of fights before. You know how when people get stabbed or when people get punched in the face, blood goes in certain directions. and the blood moves out from a single 10-foot radius spot where one person shifted between multiple people fighting them. This very much looks like an attack pattern from if you were fighting off multiple unskilled assailants. This is exactly how the body count would look afterwards. There'd be blood fanned out away from you.
Can I tell anything based on the prints of whether that creature was actually a 20-foot tall creature, or whether it was more like, man-sized?
You can't really tell. It was a very vicious fight. It was very brutal. Like the level of brutality here was unprecedented for like a normal person-on-person assault. But it doesn't look like what you've seen for destruction from like some of the larger game that's hunted in the arid expanse. When they turn on people and when they get a hold of somebody, there is just an amount of viscera from like a large 20-foot tall creature punching something or hitting them with an appendage that just like pieces fly off. That level of viscera is not here. But this looks like a very skilled attacker put in a lot of hurt. They could have been using weapons. They could have been 15, 20 feet tall. There's no real information here for that.
Are there any lingering onomatopoeias in the air? Biff, pow, bap, for example.
Bap.
You feel a puff of air and you almost feel it sound go whoof next to your face as you kind of look. To answer really quick as well, to answer Jaeger's question, looking around the crowd, make a perception check, just kind of as you do a crowd pass and like look over to see who all's there.
That is an 11 in total.
You see a couple interested kids that are just hanging around the scene still, that are like watching what's going on. Other than that, there's some business owners that are talking. They kind of glance over occasionally. People are more interested that you guys are scoping it out now than anything.
How old are these kids?
Both of them are preteens.
Okay.
I'll just go hang out, like, maybe if there's a blank wall that's like across the street from the crime scene, and just like hang out on it, crossed arms, smoking a smoke, and just keep my eyes on the kids.
Okay.
Is the ground here firm stone, loose dirt? What kind of terrain are we? I mean, I imagine stone's the city.
It's
I thought it was metal.
It's wood. It's thick slatted wood that's like double. Okay. It's double latticed wood, so it's running two directions and laid over each other, which causes the sand to build up here from the desert. But it's it's hardwood streets.
Would I be able?
Big ship.
I guess not, because it'd be probably pretty scuffed. Okay.
Yeah, just imagine the deck of a ship. Really, that's well sealed. Botrin, what's Spackle doing during this time? Does Spackle usually stay hidden away when you guys are out in public? We haven't had a situation where Botrin and Spackle are out in public together like this too often.
Yeah, she's incorporeal right now. She's close by, but I guess I'm the only one who can actually see where she's at. She's being incognito at this point.
Yeah, not that she is the actual spirit of a child, because you know that familiars come from a plane of magic and they take a form here. But since your contact with Caritas, there's a little bit more of a deeper connection to the dreaming state of humanoids, and it seems that Spackle's gotten a little bit more mischievous.
Well, what I was going to do is I was going to like go into a sleep-like trance and see if I could, like, I don't know, sift the dreams of anyone nearby who might have seen something, picked up anything. I don't know if Spackle can do that, or
That's cool.
Yeah. Spackle can kind of get a little bit more of that with the connection these days. It's not something you're attuned to tapping into. What I was leaning towards more is that you're very well aware of Spackle's presence and where she is at all times. Spackle's just kind of hanging out between the kids, and you can sense the presence of her without seeing her as she kind of just takes the shape of the kids like near them as they're talking, and she's starting to like imitate them a little bit, just playing around with them. But if you give her that instruction, she'll definitely like kind of take that course of action. You see her turn back into the long clawed nails as she kind of reaches in and just like tickles their minds. Just roll a d20.
Do I see something happening because like I'm detecting magic, or is it like not there?
Can you
That would
see
be awesome.
invisibility?
That would
see
be awesome if
invisibility?
Jaegershot just got freaked out.
Actually, do you have true sight?
No, I don't.
No.
But I'm just detecting magic.
No, you cannot.
Creepy. I hate that stupid girl.
11.
11. A lot of just random flashing images. As you know, dreams are pieced together from those random flashing images in that waking state. Nothing solid that you can grasp onto as an actual concept or thought.
Nothing that would indicate that they were here that night or
No.
close by that night.
Nothing that indicates that, unfortunately. And you get the sense that they think something cool happened here, but you can't really tell beyond that. Otherwise, I mean, these kids just kind of hang out and watch for a little while.
How tall are the buildings around us?
1 to 2
they-
stories. Most
1
of
to 2
them,
stories.
yeah, most of them are businesses. Some of them are businesses with residences on top, or multi-story businesses. But this is a little bit further towards the edges of the city, not quite on the outskirts, like right near the edge. But this is out from the center a little bit.
Do we have any, like, I don't know if Botrenev would have anything to do with this, or, but, I don't know if he would have any experience about looking at the wall to see if there were any sort of, like, crampon marks where somebody would use it to climb up the wall or anything like that.
Make an investigation check. Dorian, Maximilian, what are y'all up to while this is going on?
Doran's gonna try and see if he notices any odd tracks that may match a description of a supposed 20-foot tall whatever creature. Is that a survival?
Yeah, you can make a survival check, see if you can spot any tracks or anything like that. Botran, what was your roll there?
A 15.
15. Yeah, with a 15, it's really hard to tell. You don't see anything that indicates, the
Wall crawling.
wall crawling or anything crazy like that. And Doran, what'd you roll for your survival?
18 on my survival check for following tracks.
An 18, yeah, nothing is popping out for you with that. You're all kind of coming up empty on looking for things, and getting the idea that maybe you guys need to put your heads together.
Max would like to take some water and pour it into a cup,
Sure.
and then she's going to use prestidigitation 3 times. The first to warm it, the second to color it brown, and the third to make it taste like hot chocolate.
Such a cool use of the spell.
Take some. Is that an action to cast prestidigitation?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
For the rest of
so
you
as
watch
they were all
as Max is
doing
like
that,
sitting
I'm
in the
just doing
background
this.
making hot cocoa. Amazing.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit for you, a little bit of work to chain it together to work properly, but you get it there. You get
Okay.
it. It's working just fine.
Okay. And then I would like to go over to the couple of chatting preteens,
Sure.
and I'd like to portray myself as being, although I'm really not that similar age, but like just want to be more kiddish and come over to them, and I'm gonna like hand whichever one is smaller, like act like I'm like, grabbing onto this and being like, hey, did y'all see anything happen over here? I heard something crazy happened. Oh, I got this. Do you want some? It's hot chocolate. from
Make a
Katala.
persuasion check with advantage for the hot chocolate. First of all, they get a little creeped out that you're walking over there. But
Who's this old lady?
who's this weird old lady? This clearly middle-aged woman, because anybody over 16 is middle-aged to a kid, right?
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do either of them happen to be like, a dragonborn?
Dragons in disguise.
No,
Okay.
neither of them are dragonborn.
Okay. Then I have a
Dragons
total.
in
I didn't
disguise.
roll great, so that's just a 24.
Oh.
Just a 24.
Were you going for
Did
your
you-
favorite enemy?
Did you roll like a 10 or something? Jeez.
I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
The younger of the two, the tiefling, as it happens to be, kind of reaches out and takes the hot chocolate and is like, well, thanks.
Go ahead. Yeah.
He sips it, looks up to the older one, maybe a year older. The older one's a half elf.
Okay.
He's like, no, we didn't see much. We just thought it was cool. People said the Nightwalker was here, so we wanted to check it out.
Nightwalker?
Make an insight check, just because you're talking to these kids and they are clearly suspicious.
That's actually a natural 20.
Oh,
So total of 20.
okay. Well, you have a total of 20.
Yeah.
These are street urchins. They get a bit to their deception. Oh my god. No, these kids have no idea. They definitely weren't here last night. No, they appear to be kind of telling the truth, talking about, yeah, no, the Nightwalker was really cool. He's like, we heard that the Nightwalker punishes bad guys that like prey on people, and we were just excited that the Nightwalker's in town.
Oh, yeah. Do you know if, anyone saw him? Those people must be, so cool if they saw him, right?
Son of a bitch. Yeah, that was a natural 2. The younger one is just like, really? No.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
No, I don't know.
Honestly, if someone, saw the Nightwalker in action, that thing is like a myth. It's a legend. And therefore, the people to see it would definitely also be legendary.
The older one elbows the younger one. No, we didn't. We just heard that the Nightwalker was here. And we wanted to come check it out. So, thanks for the warm chocolate drink. And
Well, it's from Katala.
At this point, Spackle phases in, pretends to have the chocolate, and drinks with them. Do the kids get scared and jump off? 'Cause then we can follow them.
the younger
to
one
Lolita.
considers Spackle. Is Spackle in Spackle true form, like ghosty looking Spackle form?
Yeah.
Yeah. You all
She can be
clock
in-
the younger one for a moment, get wide-eyed at Spackle and look to the older one, and something clicks. And then the older one's like, nope, didn't see it, thanks. And they grabs the younger one by the hand and just takes off.
I want to follow him.
Yeah, I message, if anyone looks like they haven't seen, I just message them and say, I think the younger one may have seen something, but I don't know.
Spackle goes incorporeal and follows them.
They're acting suspicious. Follow me. I'm easy to see.
I go to the rooftops.
Okay.
Brog goes next to Maximil. Can't
Jaeger
you read their
parkours.
minds or something?
No, I just talk to them.
I know, but how
But
about reading their minds?
I can't. I don't have the thing with me anymore.
Oh, that's right. We didn't fix yours when we were at Morfello's.
It lost its magic, and then I gave it to Gidgey because I thought that it had permanently lost its magic. And then when we went back to Morfello's, we found out that we could get them cool, and so now I don't have a mind reading thing anymore. And I am sad.
Well, now you got a cool gem on your hand. How's that for you? Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Do we have to roll anything to keep up with the kids?
No. They try to these are smart street urchin kids. They know how to duck and cover. The hot chocolate gets dropped by the younger one, and as he's running behind him, it's just kind of dripping off of him. So you're easily able to follow the hot chocolate trail, first of all, but they're both so flustered they can't really lose you guys in the streets. Not to mention, as soon as you took off, or they took off, they looked back and saw 6 people go after them, and we're just like, shit, and then just so that, yes, they immediately saw all of you chasing them down, and they were just like, no, and started running.
We're friendly.
As you're chasing 2 terrified children down the street, and the guards are all back at the crime scene going, should we go after them for the, like, they just kind of shake it off though. Eventually though, the kids do duck into like the underbelly of the city.
Is it dark there?
It's darker underneath. Most of it's
Okay.
shaded.
Is there? Okay, so there's shade.
So you do have to take steps down. There are,
Okay.
think like New York subway tunnels, like big wide staircases as you're going down under the city.
Tarok is going to shadow step in front of him, and he's going to hold out 2 gold coins.
You hold them
the
out.
kids.
Roll a d20, pure reaction check. D20 plus your dexterity mod.
It's like Slugworth from Willy Wonka. Hey, kids.
And please roll a 1.
Actually, I'll just roll a 1. Is that what you asked me to?
I would love to see it here.
I rolled a friggin' 2.
Beautiful. You have this elaborate plan. You're like, I'm going to shadow step in front of them. I'm going to spook them out, but I'm going to be holding up money. And they're going to think, and you shadow step and go to hold out the money as one of the kids is like looking behind him running and turns and just contacts your fist right in his face. And you end up like punching this like 11-year-old kid in the face. As the older one, he's like, you shadow stepped in front of him. He really kind of, you could argue it's anybody. He ran into my fist. I didn't punch him, but obviously
accidental clothesline.
he's laying on the ground.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. That was an accident. Here,
the younger one. Why would you punch David? What did he do to you?
I didn't mean to.
You punched him in the face.
Come here, quick.
There's other like grown people watching this scene as Rock's holding money, trying to calm these kids down. One of which he just punched in the face.
Hashtag
I told you I'm not good with people. I just throw the
child catcher.
All right. Are we there yet?
Have the gold.
Yeah, you're all coming down the stairs now, and you see this kid lying in a heap at Tarok's feet, holding money, trying to calm this kid down.
Why did you punch him?
You punched me in the face.
Did he deserve it?
Tarok just throws up his arms in the air and just turns around, walks away.
I take out my wand angrily, and I angrily heal the child.
No, you gotta pay me now, buddy. You punched me in the face.
Jaeger goes to the other one.
Now, though. It's all better now, though. See? Feel it.
No, it feels like it's not gonna work right. Ever.
Jaeger goes to the other one.
The
It's
younger
like
one.
grift when I see one.
Yeah, sure. Roll an insight check.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. I mean, I still have a huge bonus, but it's a 9 total.
Oh, poor kid rolled a 3.
I got a 16.
Yeah. Oh no, it's no. I think I'm gonna need a little. Yeah, I won't be able to work for like a week. You're gonna have to pay me that 2 gold to like keep me
Where
from
do you
starving.
work?
At the job place.
The job store. Yes, I used to work there myself when I was your age.
Good place to work. Yeah, it employs everybody.
Yep. Why'd you run?
2 kids getting chased by 6 grown people.
No. We chased after you because you ran. Why did you run?
This really feels like I'm being shaken down. Can you please? Am I being detained?
I mean, it depends on how,
Until further notice, yes.
Do we look like guards to you?
You seem to be familiar with detaining. What's going on there? How many times have you been detained?
Listen. I'm not going to identify myself, okay?
Devi, right?
Shut your mouth. God.
Hey, Tarok, do I need to hit this other one?
No!
Baby.
No!
Yes.
Make sure you use the butt
Every
of the gun,
D&D
not the
party
front
needs
of
to
it.
beat up a bunch of kids.
No, please don't hit me.
Maximil puts herself between the tiny tiefling and the large angry men. No! Would you like some more hot cocoa? She asks him.
I think that's what started this. I don't know if they want more hot cocoa.
I would not get them all jacked up on chocolate and sugar and craziness.
I would have some more cocoa. That'd be nice. Can you teach me how to do that? That's amazing.
I mean, it's a fairly actually easy spell. Would you like to learn? I mean, I may be able to teach you. Are you able to do magic? And as I'm handing this to the little tiefling kid.
No, I'm not that great at it. Sometimes the people hit me though, and I get really mad and they get hurt.
Yeah, that's a good one. I know
I
that
like
one.
that one.
That is.
Then it's a good thing your friend got hit instead of you for my
Yeah,
brooding friend.
bad
Yeah,
man. Pay my
Yeah.
friend the money.
Hey,
Sarag just
watch the lip.
rolls
You
his
will
eyes.
get hit.
Shut up, other bad man. I'm talking to her. She's nice.
Yeah.
honey
Good
catches
bad cop routine
flies
seems
in
to work.
vinegar. All right. So it seems like you knew actually some stuff about the scary thing that happened last night. Do you want to go somewhere more not around people to discuss it if you'd prefer?
The older one.
creepy.
Yeah, we would love to discuss it not around you people. That'd be great.
Huh. So you do know about it, huh?
No.
Listen,
Aw.
kids, if you don't let us know what's going on, we're going to have to get the guard involved.
They don't care
What makes you say that?
because the people that died were terrible people.
So you
Who
do
were
know
they?
who they were.
Yeah,
Listen, you
let's
could stop trying to lie to us. You're very bad at it, and honestly, I've had a long life of sifting through
Who
bullshit.
exactly
I
was it
told
that got
you.
killed?
Shut up. I'm good at lying. God.
Who was it exactly that got killed?
Some jerks. We can go somewhere else and talk about it. There's a great place that's got hot food down the street. They've got
I'll
these
buy you lunch.
they've got these noodles. Yes. And then they were like, "Okay, let's go." And they immediately are running
Far
up
too
the
skinny,
stairs.
and you're a bad liar. And
Oh no,
let's be
grabbed
honest.
by the collar. We
Which
walk.
one? The younger, the old both.
Whatever one takes off. Well, yeah, whatever
They're
one
both
takes off first.
excitedly jumping up the stairs.
And I grab them both. We walk.
Okay, fine. Just don't grab us, please. It's very unnerving. I don't like it when people touch me. The older one.
That's fair. Just don't run.
Yeah, he's a little creeped out by people touching him. I'm the only one who's allowed to. And they reach up and grab his hand and hold on to it.
That's understandable.
Like I said, that's Devitt. And Devitt's like, "Shut up! Quit telling him my name." Or Devitt, sorry. And I'm Agatha.
Agatha.
Yeah.
Those are very pretty names.
Thanks. I think so. David doesn't talk to many people much, but... And they'll start leading you up to this place that's got good noodles, according to them.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Tarak is going to lag behind, and he's going to try to see if anybody's following us or if anybody's taking a more than normal, unusual amount of interest, given that a couple of kids are being followed by some adults.
Roll an investigation check with disadvantage.
Oof. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you do, do not shadow step.
Yeah, I haven't had much luck with that. All right, that is a 9.
Yeah. All of the grown folk moving through here and the teenage kids and some of the other street urchins as they're moving up and down between the levels. It is so hard to get past the sea of mean mugging faces just staring daggers at you, Tarak, that you just can't lock in on anything weird. You are incredibly uncomfortable by all the stares because you literally just punched a kid in the face.
Just
I'll beat her.
Some people
up.
saying things under their breath at you, and they're just like, "Oh, watch out, kid! You might get punched," and they're all like laughing at you and moving around.
Yeah, that's that bully monk.
All right.
There's that jerk monk who punches kids in the face. All right, who is it this week? We're rolling a d6 to see. As we come up to it, we're rolling 2d6s. Batrin, what is something unique about this noodle shop? What's interesting about it as you come into the door? And Doran, what is the name of this noodle shop?
What's unique about this noodle shop is that it is from the recipe that they use to make the noodles is from a very exotic place on the continent that is that none of us have ever experienced. So it's got some unique flavors and tastes to it.
Okay. And
name of the
Doran,
shop.
to help you with that too, with the name of the shop, this is from the Golden Reach, which is primarily inhabited by Loxodon and Leonin.
Doesn't help.
Does not.
Doesn't help.
Maybe it
I'm
doesn't.
terrible with names. Like any DM, I'm terrible with names on the spot.
Why do you think I rolled a d6? Sucker!
It's called Desert Strands. Desert Strands of noodles.
Okay.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good.
So you roll into Desert Strands, this noodle shop with an exceptionally wide door as you go in the front door. And cramped seating, but not because the building is small, but because there's so much room for the kitchen for this Loxodon woman to stand behind the counter and make noodles. And she's, got signs up boasting recipes from the Golden Reach. Tarak, you have passed through the Golden Reach to get to everybody else. This is the Threst Protectorate is the name of the kingdom just directly west of you. This is like in the southeastern corner. It's the Golden Reach, this massive area of plains and hilly landscape that's primarily inhabited by a kingdom of Leonin and a kingdom of Loxodon that broke off from the Hestos states about 100 years ago after the war against Buraz. They were just like, look, we're going to go it alone. They made the Threst Protectorate and they rule it now as two kingdoms. And they've got these unique like lemongrass noodles that are made from there. And she ships all this stuff in. So as you all come in, you can see her standing behind the bar. Isabel Rosewood is her name. And she looks as the group of you kind of come in and sees the kids, and she's like, okay, David, I got that. I told you no more handouts this week. I gave you a free bowl 3 days ago. Okay?
It's on me. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you brought patron. In that case, please sit down.
Do they owe you anything?
No, not at all. Please, sit down. Grab a seat. If you've never had noodles from the Reach, this is a treat for you. Please, everybody, take a seat at the bar. There's like a 4-top table by the window, and then the rest of this is a very cramped bar. Doran, you find yourself like side saddling to get over the seats and to make your way into a chair. The rest of you can kind of get squeezed in there. There's room for like a dozen people in the shop at most. And there's one older half-orc sitting at the end of the bar, just slurping this massive bowl of noodles as quick as possible. David goes, we just want to talk to these guys, Isabel. Oh, yeah, sure. You guys are fine in here. No one's going to say anything. And she raises her front foot and just kind of like waves at the door, and it closes behind you guys. She's like, Everil, just let me know when you want to leave, okay? And the blinds go shut, and you see the front door sign change from closed to open, or open to close. Sorry.
She said that to the half-orc, Everil?
Everil, yeah. This guy, and he's just like, whoa, thanks. And he sees Tarak, he's like, oh, you're gonna love it.
As soon as Tarak realizes what this food is, his mood changes completely. He kind of stops brooding, and he's got this big smile on his face, and he's like, "You just wait till you taste these. These are amazing. It has been a long time."
Man, Tarak, I haven't seen you this happy since you punched a kid in the face.
So this is how we make you happy.
It's been like a whole 5 minutes.
Finally understand
Beat
it.
me by 1 second.
Got him. God, you love to see it.
Tarak just glares at Maximil. Keeps his mouth shut. Like, nothing will spoil my good mood.
Punch the other one. Maybe it will. It'll get better.
Agatha just kind of like looks up and is like,
Only a joke.
the cooking work is going, but very quickly Isabel leans over. Druck, you're not intimidated by a lot. This woman does not need to roll an intimidation check. You know Loxodon matrons, and you know them to be very scary. Did you punch one of my kids in the face?
Tarak's like, he ran into me. It was an accident.
David's
it
like,
was just
I tried
his face.
I tried to con him and get some money. They need information, so they're gonna buy us lunch. And Isabel has this set of like tongs kind of gripped that are like made for her hand that she's controlling magically as well. And she's, if I ever find out that you actually attacked one of my kids,
Do I look like somebody who would attack kids?
Yes.
you don't know what they look
Right.
like,
No.
but I know what they look like when I'm done with them.
It's him.
Tarak instinctively tries to grab for his quarterstaff, and then he realizes it's not there, so he feels kind of naked.
But don't worry, if you didn't punch him, and then you kind of get a hot, wet mess as she forcefully slops down a bowl of noodles in front of you, making sure that it splashes on you a bit so the hot broth kind of gets into your clothes. We'll talk if you ever do, but if you don't, you're always welcome here, friend.
Thank you, friend.
And she
There will
quickly
be no need for that kind of a talk. And just grabs a spoon and starts shoveling it.
she serves up David and Agatha first. And then within a couple minutes, you guys have all got a hot bowl of this herbaceous lemongrass broth with these amazing like glass noodles. There's a mixture of not only these like ricey glass noodles, but also buckwheat noodles. There's a couple types in there, so they're crispy and rich at the same time. And there's a few pieces of meat on top of some type, but you're not exactly sure. Maybe at this level of like the city, it might not be best to question it, but it's meat and it's healthy-ish. But the noodles and the broth are amazing.
It's not people, is it?
It is definitely not people. It is some animal. Probably though. Actually, you guys recently had desert lizard. It's probably some sort of lizard.
As long as it's not people.
But she gets you all served up, places
It's
up.
baby elephant. I knew it.
She puts up like a couple other like small side dishes. It gets to be, if you've been to like Korean barbecue, like banchan, lots of small side dishes. You all get this big bowl of noodles, and then she just starts putting up all sorts of sides.
hungry. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm starving right now.
Hey guys,
This sounds
session
so
40
good.
is like session 1 where I make everybody hungry.
It's been a year.
Make me
I'm gonna make
reminisce
my
about that-
tenkatsu ramen.
It's making me reminisce about that ramen shop that Nate and I went to when I was in California.
Hey,
I got food
when
from them
we-
last night, and it was not as good because they gave us the wrong noodles, and we were wrong.
Hey, when you guys come for, whenever you guys come for the finale, I think we've talked about the fact that I make my own ramen from scratch.
Oh,
So if we need to put that on the list, I'll make it from scratch. So
I'm excited.
you all get fed very well. To the tune of a bill that slides across that's for 6 gold, marked up probably a little bit, but you know,
I'll pay it.
she kind of gives you a wink. She's like, I appreciate any extra, you know, I try to get these kids to get jobs and learn, but sometimes they just can't find any work and they need bit of food to get him through, and I help him out.
That's very noble. Thank you.
Bottom places 1 platinum piece on the table.
She like winks at you and just kind of slides it into his bucket. Very much Mama Loxodon vibes from this lady. And Everil partway through finishes up, and he puts down about a silver and 4 copper, which would cover it. But then after she like picks it up for the bill, he sets down an extra gold piece and turns around and like walks out with a little bit of a sly. Oh no, Sam, I'm sorry. So sorry.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
But after David and Agatha are they sit there for a while just digesting, and oh my gosh.
Their little round bellies.
So there were questions, I think.
Yeah, like the jerks who got like totally KO'd. Who were they?
You shouldn't talk like that if you're that old. It's kind of weird.
Hey, how do you know how old I am?
Agatha's like, she's kind of old looking.
I appreciate that. You know, it's a sign of maturity. She says, is like tears.
Isabel, don't worry, honey. You're plenty young looking. These kids don't know what they're talking about.
Cursed tears of sadness just rolling down the cheeks, carving new paths.
Agatha's a little bit.
Maximiel cries in late 20s.
Maximiel's what?
Wait, Josh, I need you to hit it. If you've got your soundboard loaded up. Yeah, okay.
I don't.
Oh no.
Hey, Zach, I can switch.
You got the work professional one loaded up, so you can't do the thing.
How could this happen to me?
Oh man. After a moment of bravery, David looking a little concerned. You all kind of clock this again. Agatha had looked at David after like looking at Spackle. But then David's like very clearly terrified about what happened. But you've seen people get terrified before. You've seen people get scared. Nothing changes in David's skin tone. There's no flushing to his half-elven features. And he's just very concerned. And Agatha's like, well, David doesn't like to talk about it, but those guys were kind of not good. We had a good score yesterday. Some dummies came through town, and we played we played 3 Dragon Ante with them, and we had a little bit of coin, and it was good. But it wasn't enough to get jumped over. Like, we've been jumped for coin before. It happens. If one of the bigger kids comes by, you pay him part of it, and he leaves you alone. You still have enough for bread. But it was personal for these guys. They were jerks. I think they were after David.
Why?
She kind of like looks to David, and then she looks to Isabel, who's very intently looking at her, and just like, it's okay, honey. There's a group called the Soulless Rebels. And it's a really, really mean name.
Can you spell that for me?
The Soulless Rebels. I mean, do you know how to spell? I mean, soulless is not that hard, and rebels isn't that hard, but it's a really,
We have a lot
really...
of space stuff. Wasn't sure if it was like SOLUS.
Oh yeah, it's soulless.
Got it.
They came from Retchik first, what we heard, like a year ago, because some folks came from Besot over, and then their ideas started spreading, and then the Soulless Rebels showed up, and they're really bad people. And it's a really mean name to call yourself the Soulless Rebels and then go after people who have died It's just terrible.
Go
And
after people who died?
David's like, yeah, and opens up his tunic, and there is a very clear, unhealed stab mark through his heart.
Oh, you're
Oh,
okay. That's
you're
okay.
one of the touched.
Yeah, that's what people have been calling it. But like I died, and you know, Agatha, they like cried over me all night, and I heard them crying, so I came back, and we don't know how it happened, but apparently there's some big uprising in Busat of like people who think we should stay dead and we shouldn't
Yes,
come
we've
back.
heard.
Bako slides in close to him, puts her arm around his shoulder, and her eyes turn into black X's.
It's very cute. Your friend's very cute. Hey, Isabel sees this and is like, what the?
Isn't she adorable?
You can't do that to me.
You want me to shoot her?
No. I'm just going to go back to working. And she just like turns around and addresses the rest of the kitchen and is like focusing on the bar. And
Bako kind of puts her hands on her hips and then kind of, and then disappears.
she just very quickly grabs a bottle of some fermented wine alcohol and just like, here. I don't want to see it. I'm not going to think. And she like, wait, actually 1 second, pops the top off and okay, there. Now you can have it. There's glasses.
Frog holds up his bowl. He's like, could I have another bowl, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Just grabs it and whips you up another bowl.
This must be the best day Turok has had in a long time. First he punches kid.
Yeah.
Now he's
David's like,
getting
hey,
food.
punches
Look
a
at
dead
that
kid and he gets
smile.
fed.
Right. And he was a dead kid. Come on, Turok.
Wow, Tarok. That's low, even for you.
If you had punched any
Right.
harder, my
Baby.
Paying
teeth wouldn't have come
attention
back.
as he's just
with it.
So he
shoveling
did
the food
punch
in
the
his
kid.
face.
There's extra like 4 slices of meat. And Isabel kind of gives you the mom look. She's like, it's okay, hon. And just like hands you the bowl.
Like, it was an accident.
Sure.
I didn't.
And then this.
Angry noodle eating.
So
I
Agatha,
didn't touch punch a kid, me.
Agatha speaks
So-
back up again too. They just recently started showing up in Rosita, and when they found out, like they taught him how to use scrolls, and there's these scrolls of like to find people who are dead, and I guess it works on touched people. So if you're walking around being normal and they find out that you're not, they come after you.
I don't suppose you've procured one of those.
Is the Nightwalker one of the touched?
It's a vampire.
I don't think so. The Nightwalker was pretty awesome.
So did you see the Nightwalker in action?
Yeah. Holy crap. He beat the piss out of those guys. He killed them all. She, I don't know. They were like in this whole get up, and they had like, we knew like with like all like the head cover, like we couldn't even see their face, and they just like beat the crap out of these guys. It was amazing. It was this
It was a
Disembowel
humanoid
them?
person?
I don't know, like I was on the ground. I thought I was gonna get killed, and you know,
Well, I'm
and
glad you
Devit
didn't.
was like, "Thank you." Devit was trying to protect me, and like it was just
Just to
this,
clarify, this was a person-sized thing you saw.
like it looked like it was this tall, and they stand up on one of the stools, and it's like this, and it's like reaching up to like maybe 8 or 9 feet, just like
All right, so
Holding it up.
tall, but not. What did we hear from Chana? What, 25, 30 feet tall?
Something
Yeah.
like that, yes. It's not that tall.
Devit's like, now really, you know, Agatha was kind of excited. Probably like maybe 6 or 7 feet tall. I don't know, but it was all such a blur. Like the Nightwalker like jumped down from like a roof or something and like said some badass shit. I can't remember what it was, and then
watch
just
your
started like and just started like just breaking bones and like stabbing them with their own knives and like cut one of their throats and like Jacone, like, oh my god, that guy got stabbed like right in the face. It was gross, but he was an asshole. He deserved it.
Do you happen to know where the Soulless Rebels exist? Where they like
Ashahoya? Like,
Okay,
you must have been out for a
meant the
minute. They're
one-
like one of the gangs.
I just meant around here, like where they stay in Reseda.
No,
In the city.
people's houses. You know, just
Anyone specific?
I
We're in
mean,
the business of solving problems, and you have a problem.
Jacone's dead. Like, he was the big problem. Like,
Okay.
if you want to get to the source, go to Busat. Like, that's where all this crap is starting. Like, those people are being
We're
jerks.
on the way, but
I mean, like recently I heard that there was like an entire fort that got burned down like by people.
Yes.
Like Fort Rowing, I think up in
Yes.
Katala got like destroyed, and all those people are displaced just because they heard there was like 2 touched people living there. I mean, did you hear the news from like yesterday? Like 2 days ago, I think it came through.
What?
Let me check my calendar. Hold on.
no.
Yeah,
What happened?
whoever it was, those people like fled to Mitatona, and like they burned Mitatona to the ground too.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I liked that little city.
Y'all gotta like talk to the criers. There's some stuff going on. Busat's getting to be a hot mess.
I mean, it was always
Goal
kind
is
of a
to
hot
get to
mess,
the
but
south as soon as possible.
That's why I like Ashahoya. If any place gets really too bad, you can just hop off one city and get onto the other walkers and go. As long as you don't land on Retchik, you're pretty good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever see the Nightwalker, real hero.
Do you
What do
have
they
any
look like?
like?
Do you-
Pushes is played away. Did you see the Nightwalker use any magic or his own weapons?
No, they were a total badass. Just like cracked some skulls, stabbed them in the arms with their own knives, and like disarmed them. Like there was this like strange mist about them that they seem to be like moving almost completely in shadow. But like that's the thing that makes the Nightwalker cool, is they're like this darkness surrounds them, this massive shroud that like covers their head and their face. You don't know who it is, and they're just like stab it, punch it, and the 2 of them just get really animated talking about this fight that went down.
Whoa.
I just
Chill out.
kind of I look at Tarok.
Well, yeah.
yeah. Eyeballed
Yeah,
him,
as
like-
soon as
like
he
the thing
said
that you-
shadow, I was, Tarak is Tarak's ears kind of perked up. So
I mean, you
and
stepped
you're-
through the shadows. Aren't you like a shadowy? Were you the Nightwalker? Did you save us
Did-
last night?
Did what I do remind you of what you saw?
A little
The
bit.
way he moved?
Nightwalker kind of appeared out of nowhere. I mean, it was super, super gross. And Agatha's like, you should have seen it. He like cut one of their stomachs open and like smeared NW on the ground, and we were just like, yeah. It was amazing.
So totally metal, dude.
And I look to Tarok and I go, do you think that he has like the same form as you? Would that be possible if he was like an Eternan shadow monk?
If he was taught the way of the shadow, I suppose it's even possible he could be a Ferellan. But
What?
Do you have a brother or a sister that we should know about?
yes, but there are others besides just brother. Oh, you mean here?
I'm calling
No.
it now. It's your dad.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Then we can meet your dad. But wait, wasn't he where you live at the time of Chana's attack? 6-ish years ago?
Yes, we were together.
Okay. I still vote it's your dad. Maybe he used like chronomancy or something.
Yes, it's your father from the future.
Yeah, It's you from the future. You're the Night Walker.
This is getting really crazy. Maybe it's just a person that really likes helping people.
It's been a dull day for us. We're trying to spice things up. Shut up.
I don't think it's just a person.
What do you think it is?
I like the time wizard guy thing better.
Well, you might be onto something. Maybe it's more than one thing or more than one person.
Oh.
I mean,
Maybe there's a whole
Shauna
group of
described-
them.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
What?
Right, Shauna
Oh.
described some sort of 30-foot tall giant monstrosity that picked people up and squished them like fruit. That's not what you saw.
So
It was
it's
kind of badass. Like maybe one point, like, yeah, I think I was forgetting it wrong. Maybe like one time, like the giant thing, like reached down, grabbed that guy by the neck and stabbed him in the head.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think those tales just get exaggerated. Dude,
But it was so
Do we-
cool.
how
can
how
imagine
long
it
has
would be.
this? How old is this tale of the Nightwalker?
Oh, I mean, I've heard it ever since I was like a kid.
Yeah,
So,
Nightwalker was like
really long time ago.
vigilante justice. Well, yeah, I mean,
The kid's
like,
like, yeah, 100 years ago.
yeah. When was Burroughs defeated? Like that was when you were a kid?
Around that time.
Oh yeah.
I'll just like disassociate for a
Doesn't-
second, just like
By the end of the day, Tarak isn't the only one who's going to be punching a child.
No, I mean it was super cool to watch, but really, like, David was in trouble. Like these guys were looking for an excuse to put him back in the ground. It's like,
Terrible.
yeah, you know, I had to look out for Agatha. No one else is gonna look out for them.
All right. Well, it's honorable of you to come back and continue to help, David. I think that's very kind of you.
Isabel would kill me if I didn't. And Isabel's like clangs the ladle on the soup pot and is like, "That's right, honey, you got it."
So, the Night Walker moved in the shadows and had like shrouds and was very fisty and stabby. And he
Well,
killed.
it was the thing was it was like it wasn't even a thing for him. Like whoever it was so much. They were so far beneath him that it was just like it was like toying with them, you know.
Interesting, very interesting. And, what I said earlier? Oh, yeah, you guys are total legends now, having witnessed that.
Yeah, Agatha's like, yeah, exactly. And David's kind of like, sure.
maybe if we also commit hate crimes, this thing will come and find us. And then we can be like, no, it was all just a joke. We were luring her out. And then we can talk.
I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, Tarak
Yeah,
already
let's
punched David, so I mean, we're halfway there.
Right.
Oh,
we're halfway
oh,
there.
my eye. Oh, Nightwalker, help me, please.
Exactly. Play it up. Good.
Barack could punch himself. That would be a hate crime. Anti-orc.
Listen, orcs have got a bad rap. They're not all bad. Okay.
I hate half of me.
And Burroughs was just an asshole. The rest of the orcs are pretty good. I don't know why people treat him so bad. So, well, I mean, that's all we really saw. The Night Walker saved David's ass and sorry, Maximil, David's butt, and yeah, it was cool to see. Nobody really sticks up for the little guy, especially someone who's had it as rough as David. And we thought about going to Busat, but then we heard about this crusade against the Touched, and it was just we stayed here. We thought Retchik was the bad place, and
Yeah.
Rosita had some bad people too. So we're just trying to lay low.
Did this Nightwalker say anything to you or interact with you in any way before you left?
Had some really badass catchphrases, was just like he stabbed a guy in the eye and he was like, "I'll be seeing you," and It was pretty sweet.
Well, as to your conundrum of where to go next, I have an idea. It's going to be very odd for you for a brief moment, but pull out the doorknob. How would you like to go and live inside of a traveling house tavern mimic? My daughter's there, so take that for what it is. I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't think it was safe.
Isabel turns around and like gives you the stare. She's like,
honestly, you could probably go with him. I think he wouldn't exactly mind having additional food as a refreshment in the tavern.
I have a whole business here.
This is true, but wouldn't you like to see the rest of the world? Food for thought. I'll put the doorknob away.
We're gonna see.
Possibly food from a fellow too.
That's a much better restaurant name.
We were gonna go with a 16 or higher. She'd actually consider it, and she rolled an 18 just on her random. I'm gonna reveal it there. Like there it is, right there. That's the D20 roll to see if she was gonna go.
It just says rolled.
Oh, it doesn't show you the value.
No.
Oh, I said reveal.
It says Game Master rolled 13 seconds ago.
Well, it is an 18. Rude, stupid thing.
No pressure, obviously. Just it's a thought.
I take care of a lot of the kids here, but they have other people. And David's really the only one that's in danger here. I don't know, David. New start. What do you say? We could just like take the kitchen stuff with us. And David and Agatha kind of look at each other and is like, sounds better than getting jumped in the alleys again. Isabel, well, maybe there's children elsewhere that need help too. We could do that. Sure, why the hell not? How does your special doorknob work that's going to take us to magical fantasy land where we can take care of people on the road?
Oh, just you wait.
Oh, this is going to be very weird for a brief moment. Hold on, and I'll go walk over to the wall and just open the door to more fellows.
Yay!
You open the door to more fellows and are greeted with the sound of winds on the sea and sloshing waves and the cry of seagulls.
Let's turn back.
And
do either of you get seasick?
No.
Good. Get it.
That's where we're going to take a break. All right. We got about an hour and 15 minutes left of gameplay here, everybody. So we're going to take a brief break. Let everybody, probably grab a snack because I'm sure everybody's nice and hungry now.
I'm so hungry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry for that description.
Yep, I apologize. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. If I win at anything, it's my food description. So, all right, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be back in 10 minutes or less, folks. We'll see you here in just a bit. Thanks, everybody. Hey everybody, welcome back to the People versus Turok Osteroon. The case of Turok punching a child. I winged
Order.
it with Turok's last name because it's somewhere, but it's not on his main character sheet, so I couldn't.
Osteroth.
You know,
Osteroth, not Osteroon. Damn it.
I know, close enough. It's 1:30 in the morning here. I would have thought my friends would take it easy on me, but no.
Hey, man.
Presiding
We're
over the
not-
court today is Judge Spackle.
We're not the one that are out here punching kids, okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
Why did I roll it too?
So,
Yeah.
as
I wonder how high I will roll when I actually attack you guys.
Dad.
don't pull out the dad
Spackle-
card this
Spack-
far into the game as he gets ready to punch you.
Yeah,
Another
Spackle
traitor, I
immediately
see.
adopts a black shiner. No.
Good lord! Right where you cool or where Jaeger shot him, right?
All right.
Yep. So yeah, with you open the door to more fellows traveling goods to the sound of ocean waves and seagulls.
Hop in. So I know we're unannounced, but hello.
More fellow immediately like pops up with it. Oh, hello.
I brought you customers. And possibly more hangabouts. Speaking of, where's my daughter?
She is possibly indisposed.
I beg your pardon?
She wanted a better look at the ocean life. Just come with me for a moment.
Yes.
He walks
Walk
you up to
quickly.
the bow of the ship. Right down there. And you gotta peer over the edge, and there's this bulbous form at the front of the ship, underneath the water line, and you can see your daughter essentially in a glass viewing port that has been like the ship has like blurbed out in front of normally what would be the keel, you know, that nice strong beam line in front of the ship. This decided to turn it into a viewing port for your daughter, who's down there, and you can just see her like with her. She's got a book out and she's writing something, and she's like peering out the glass, and she can't see or hear you at all. She's
How
2 decks
far
below.
down from me is she?
So 2 decks below, she'd be about 13, 14 feet below you.
Excellent. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and start making the glass look like it's developing like tiny little hairline fractures.
Oh god.
The rest of you can hear in the distance, whoa, 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 and she's like panicking now, like pushing hands up on the glass, freaking out.
So
That'll
are
make
we
it
just
go away.
traumatizing all the children today?
I told you to make sure that it was safe, and like there's like this little appendage that sneaks out underneath the ship and like points upwardly, and she's like, "What are you son of a bitch!" And she sprints out of the bubble and like goes. You hear this angry footsteps running up. How dare you? Do you know that I have learned a bit of magic as well? And I would warn you not to trifle with me.
And yet you fell for such a simple trick. I'm disappointed in you, daughter.
Oh, that's cute. She starts to cast a spell.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, let's see
You need
it.
to make a strength saving throw.
Ah! Normal.
Her DC is fairly low,
Yeah.
and she's a low-level wizard. Oof. You steady yourself against the gust of wind as she and like blows this massive blast of wind against you. More fellow kind of goes and like pulls back and is like pushed away, but he's like held on by tendrils, and he's like,
Spackle does the Buster Keaton walk.
I look at the kids and the traveling locks it on
they're
with
just
us.
like ducking in through the door now, kind of like, what is going on?
It's always this weird. Don't ask. You better off just watching.
And she like looks at you and she's like, fine. If the magic doesn't work, and then she's like throws down her book, and I need you to make another strength save. She is attempting to dive tackle you into the ocean.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
The magic doesn't work. I'm gonna do it this way.
16 again.
I'm gonna go ahead and post this into the lore and information chat because this needs to live on as lore and infamy.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. Get like a natural one.
The
Silvery
rest of
barbs.
you. Oh.
We're going down this road.
Son of a bitch.
Girl wants to tangle. Let's go.
I don't know how you should feel about actually losing this.
Well, there it is. The 20 followed up by a natural 19. The rest of you watch as
Oh no.
she
Pull this like web of silver thread and just still get tackled. Oh
goes,
shit.
boom and like shoulder checks you. I watched him play siege ball as they splash into the water. She's screaming at him.
Doran looks over at Max and just, you think we should help him or?
Did he
No.
just leave more fellows?
No.
I've got it. No, they don't technically leave. They like land near the edge of the ship, and Morfello's got a hold of both of them
Oh.
Oh, okay.
and like takes them both dripping up out of the water. She's trying to.
Does he maintain control of the doorknob?
The doorknob's back on the on the
it's still
captain's
there.
quarter.
It's if he leaves. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it gets weird.
Don't know what happens.
Nobody knows what happens yet. Yeah. So, yeah, you go flying off the edge of the ship. Your daughter, who is laughing, like scream, cry,
dripping.
laughing, and just yelling at you. Sarai is trying to preserve her dignity as she is still in a dress, upside down, drenched in water, trying to like keep it held up. And Morfellow like notices this. The tavern, which is now a galley, notices this and like puts an extra tendril up and just like holds her dress up a bit for her. She's like, listen, you don't make cracks appear on someone in an underwater bubble, okay? Or you get tackled into the ocean. This is what happens.
Should
Where
warn you,
are
I'm quite capable at siege ball.
I've learned a thing or two. Clearly, you haven't learned enough. First of all, you try to withstand the gust of wind, which you did. I give you that. But then I tackle you, and you try to throw me off with some cute little magic spell. You get the fuck out of here. Okay? Listen, I'm not the little girl you left. Okay? I have been to college now. I know what the world's about.
I see that very clearly. Yes, you're very smart. Shut up.
I love that that magic offline is just eating this up.
I was like, hey, have you been talking to Sarah?
Oh, she tackled you off the ship.
Gotta get my digs in. Yeah. When did you
Yeah,
tackle your
that
dad off
was
a boat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
it wasn't a boat per se, but
Drenched Sarai like now gets like lands on her butt, stands up and like, thank you, tavern. Oh, we have yes.
New
Nice.
friends.
New friends. Hi. Good to see you all again. Max Beal. Hi, how are you?
hi.
Good to see you.
I prestidigitate her dry.
Thank you. I
I don't
appreciate that.
prestidigitate.
I'll do
Soren.
myself.
And she prestidigitates and like creates more water above you, like soils your clothes. Without looking at you, by the way. This is just she knew it was coming and she sassed you right back. So, new friends, you say? And Morfellow kind of looks. We're as I said, sailing. I know Sarai spoke to you last time. We're heading north. We're gonna go. We got out of Busat because it was a little hairy. Obviously, northern Kutala is not a place for anybody of good nature and not wanting to be piratey and rob people.
That makes sense. Though I would like to see them try with this place, honestly. That would be very funny.
Well, inconspicuousness is part of the game here. It would turn out poorly for them, but everybody would know about it.
Unless there's no one left to tell.
That's the thing with the Catalan pirates. You know, they always seem to know.
Anyway, yes, we brought you some people. She's a cook. They're horrible little miscreants.
Rock looks at Soren, not just a cook.
A fantastic one.
Nice. So-
Shoot. Oh,
Gross.
a cook. Isabel's like, yeah, I cook things time and again. You know, I'm known to make things here or there, but tell us about this magical ship that you have access to, Mr. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. I only know Tarak, who punches children. Morfellow goes, excuse me? Who punches children?
No.
The
It's
mast
a joke.
turns into a massive harpoon and is pointed right at Tarak.
More accurately, they punch themselves with his fists.
Both of the kids are just like looking up at this mast that's now turned into a massive harpoon. Agatha and David are both like, whoa, this place is cool. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
this is where really cool people get to hang out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Morfellow and Tavern both go back to non-combat stances. There's no longer a mast-sized harpoon pointed at Tarak. And Isabel, well, if you are in need of a cook, yes, we typically stick to coffees, teas, scones, breakfast things, but it'd be nice to have lunch and dinner crowds available for the tavern if you're fine working for people of a non-humanoid variety.
You also missed something very crucial on that list. More whiskey, and I'll take 2, please.
Oh, yes, right away. And
Thank
you
you.
see Isabella take a step back as Agatha and David are just like, what? As they watch the deck open, and then two glasses and a bottle of whiskey pop up on a little pedestal. That's unique.
Goes great with ramen. Or your noodles. I'm sorry.
So we can just stay here, yeah?
Can they?
As long as it is okay with Morfellow.
No, but can they? Like actually, because we just took them through the doorknob.
Oh, yes, they can stay here.
But if we go back through, do they stay here?
Yes.
I mean, Sarai did, right?
so I did.
No, Sarai came by herself to come. She,
Yeah,
she was in Busat?
We picked up
That's right.
Sarai and Busat.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
She walked
Not
through the
from the-
door that wasn't from the knob of Hearth and Home.
yeah.
Look, I don't know how this doorknob works. Can they stay here if we leave? It's your doorknob. You just gave it to me.
Tavern?
Evan!
You've never seen a ship display emotions, but you're pretty sure the poop deck just shrugged.
Nice.
It's very convincing.
I mean,
Thank you.
Either they do stay here, or when we leave, they get shunted back to the shop.
Or somewhere else.
Possible. I would hate to think that they get left stranded in the middle of the ocean.
That would be
Probably
terrible.
into the fist of some other unwary orc.
They could be whisked somewhere else in the many planes of the universe, as it were. I don't know, the spirit realm, and wherever souls go, they could just die.
I would hope not.
To which Agatha's like, he's already dead, it's okay. Shut up!
Don't tell people that. I mean, obviously it's fine here, but don't just say that out loud.
Oh, okay.
It's probably why those people attacked you in that alleyway, honestly.
I mean, if we're welcome here, I'd gladly stay. We can work for our board, and we'll do what we can. More fellows. Sure. We don't have many passengers, and I did take your daughter from Busat, so it's the least we could do.
Plus, more income might do you some good.
Well, you know, the shop trades in curiosities, and it's always nice to have other reasons for people to come spend time in it. They might see something that catches their eye.
Well, this food is wonderful
Oh yeah.
and a great addition
Well,
to any shop.
I'm sure if she's Loxodonian, she's probably from the Golden Reach and, you know, the Thrust Protectorate, and they're probably those delicious lemongrass noodles that they have down there.
On the nose.
See, we do get around everywhere.
You mentioned, new curios that you've procured in your latest travels. What is new? Let's see the shop.
We could show you the shop, sure. Let you know if there's anything interesting. Tavern, are you okay watching out? We don't want to come across any of the Utample out here. You don't know where we're at, do you?
No. Where are we?
A small place called the Catalan Keys.
Oh, then yes, I did assume that, but I just figured you meant more specifically.
We don't like to be seen by the vessels that frequent the Catalan Keys. As if you know about it, then you know it's mostly pirates. However, they tend to avoid the westernmost islands for good reason. The Utamples live there.
What's a utample?
Is it flammable?
I mean, most people are flammable, but we would not
Good enough.
deign to light them on fire, and they would likely string you up by your legs and flay you if you were to upset them.
Welcome to try.
I would warn you against attacking the Utample. Even the pirates have respect for them.
Oh no, not attacking, but defending, of course.
Who are the utample?
A very staunch group of territory defenders. So let me double check here.
Were they child-sized? Because
Well, I mean, most people consider halflings and hobbits to be child-sized, yes.
all right, try.
Um,
Awesome.
Well, it should not be an issue at all then.
Soren, again, proficiency in halfling comes through for you. Make a history check.
I've never had halfling be useful before.
It's been so useful in this campaign.
9 plus stuff. 16.
You've heard of a
You said
couple,
history, right?
Yeah. A couple
16.
a couple words have caught your eye that didn't have much meaning in, this was in books in Busat of people who have encountered the Utample, that speak languages that, are slight derivatives of halfling. And Utample is one of those. This is you've read little bits about them. It's a group of halflings that inhabit some of the Catalan Keys, and the only interaction outsiders have had with them is encounters with their warships that sail across the seas to drum beats and cries of power and fierce combat that would be raining down on you do you not lay down arms and show them respect as they pass by. There have been rumors of people lost to the sea to the Utample, but only 2 or 3 encounters that you've read of that people have successfully laid down arms and not been attacked on sight.
Oh, so all you have to do is just play possum and they go away?
If you're not far enough into their territory is what the rumor is.
Oh, okay.
And you
cool.
guys are
I thought it
skirting
was-
their islands right now because the pirates don't come this close and the Morfello's trying to remain
Sweet.
hidden.
In my head, I'm picturing the pygmies from Moana.
They have yet to meet the fists of Tarak.
Deadly.
There's a lot of them. and they're
Especially
very
to
scary.
anything 3 feet and under.
That's right. You could probably pick up one of those ships with one hand.
It's a little rowboat.
Tarak can, Doran can.
So, yeah, we're trying to fly a bit under the radar here, but we're almost out, making our way north, and should we make out of there, we'll be passing by Udaland and then on our way to the steppes of Galea.
Be very careful skirting by Udaland.
No, we'll be
Extremely
passing through the
careful.
channel like everybody else does, the trade route. Nobody really goes to Udaland. That's when you say you're going by Udaland, that's where you're going, is up between Udaland and Utansia. Or sorry, Udaland and Geet. Utansia is a nation, Geet is a continent. Come on, Ben, remember your own shit.
But what is it that is of interest up there?
Oh, so we'll go by the way of the 7th channel onto the Florina Strait, and we'll stop over in and then Sarai interrupts. We're gonna go see the Goliaths, the Vikings up north, the ones that raid and they do battle against the Morkoths, and they go out on siege parties. We're gonna go see them. Morfello wants to trade with them, and then we're gonna go see. There's an old druid that Morfello says he needs to go meet, named Hinto, this guy that goes by Blue. He's gonna go visit him up in Galea, and go visit Blue and see him and trade with him. But old friend of his, these Firbolgs are amazing up there, and it's a commonwealth of people living off the land. It's a beautiful place. He says there's lots to see and very cool things up there.
Goliath Vikings. Oh my god. Can I stay with y'all?
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, if there weren't the saving the world responsibilities, in a heartbeat.
Well, it'll be
You
fine.
guys are saving the world, Dad?
In a few different directions at the moment, yes.
Oh. You should probably do that. The Goliaths will always be there, but if you don't save the world won't always be there.
Astute observation. You have learned so much in college.
I have. Like how to tackle old men off the side of ships.
Oh yes, you're very good at beating up the elderly. Bravo.
Better than beating up children, from what I hear.
Oh, Tarak, you ain't living this one down.
Look on Magic's face. It's hard for me to tell if I'm looking at Magic or if I'm looking at Tarak.
Tarak got so angry.
I thought he was frozen and then he blinked and I was like, nope, that's just him.
I'm actually getting a little nervous now. That's Dad's angry face.
He can't hear us. Maybe he can't hear us.
Magic, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can now. My Uh-oh. Did I miss something?
We were just talking about you, and you looked angry. And you know,
I made the comment of I couldn't tell if I was looking at Magic's face or Tarak's face.
That was
and you were
timed
completely
too quickly.
unchanged. You were just like,
You were just
Yeah, no, that was Magic being angry because the internet has been giving me trouble.
The internet is
Sorry,
giving
what
you
did I
trouble.
miss?
If you have not seen the general channel of the Cyorion Discord right now,
Oh my
with
god!
Yes, you need to see it.
am in
It's really funny.
tears. I am in
it's
tears.
really funny.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Sam,
It's so good.
Punch the internet. Punch the internet. I don't know.
Amazing.
Yeah, the internet's not that old. It counts as a kid still, right?
Yeah, don't
Internet's
worry.
older than I am.
isn't
Awesome.
the internet
Wow.
like 40 years old?
Okay.
I don't know.
Sam's just shooting stuff out here to Rock. His feelings are like this.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh,
You need to add a couple of punch sounds in the middle.
it's
Of that.
just-
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Hotkey to the number pad, so it's like
Oh.
1
I'm
through
going
9.
straight to the bottle and then straight to bed after this.
Good lord. See, I told you I didn't have to prep anything for this game. You guys just run it for me. Anywho,
You say that.
I do, but I've also got all sorts of mean, devious things planned.
Yeah.
Well, So are you guys staying the night, or?
Yes.
Yes. I think we should go to sleep.
Well,
we-
shouldn't we tell people that we're not like, oh no,
We are-
suddenly missing? We have
Right, we are expected somewhere. Mostly just dropping off this bunch here and coming in to say hi and all that.
Let's.
So today, don't we hit the gem set straight tomorrow? It's the third day.
If so, yes.
Oh, are you guys heading back to Basat?
We are.
Well, Mom will be happy to see you.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Gone for quite a while.
I mean, she did get to see you at the tavern. Briefly.
Yes.
Far too briefly from how she explained it.
Yes.
She prestidigitates. Pew, pew, pew.
She makes pew pew noises.
Yeah, little sparks fire out from her fingers. She's like, ha, gotcha.
That's my kid.
That's my dad. Hit it and quit it.
Good lord.
Sarah's
We broke
gone.
Sarah. We broke her.
Oh, it only took 40 episodes and we broke Sarah. Well, if you're just dropping them off, I mean, or fellow, well, we'll take good care of them as long as the door works out. I don't know. Tavern's a bit concerned, but we'll see.
we can like as soon as we go back through the door, you could just like call them up and be like, oh hey,
Oh, yes,
is
I
everyone
can-
alive?
I have sending now. It'll be a very awkward conversation if things don't go well, but yes, that's a good idea.
Well, I know you have it. You've spoken to me before.
No,
You asked me where we were
I'd-
going. I said we're going to the, that's why you
Still-
came out to the
still new
keys
for
and we were
me.
here. Right, yeah.
He's older, so his memory's a little bit foggy. Sometimes you gotta remind him of stuff, you know.
Is
If
that
I
what
have
happens
sent
when
the
you get
same-
older? Agatha pipes up from the back to Max Meal.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. I forget things all the time. You should be careful.
Oh, I'm not looking forward
Yeah.
to that. At least you don't have to worry about that, David.
Tackle.
David kind of like, he laughs a bit and then he's like, oh.
Oh,
Just go ghost white, just
Every child trying to get punched.
they
Isabel.
yearn for Turok's punching, and so they're just getting
Isabel
it where they can from
very
each other.
swiftly, as much as an elephant can gently backhand like someone at the back of the head, she's like, the two of you, knock it off. Go find a place downstairs. And Morpheus like, no, just walk down the stairs and Tavern will help you out. Like, who is Tavern that you all keep talking to? This thing is like a boat, and it's
You're
shrugged.
standing in it.
yeah.
This
Was
is
a
gonna take
tavern,
some
now
getting
it's a
used
boat.
to.
Will probably be something else next time we check in, honestly. Might be a ship that flies. Can
Oh,
you do
yeah.
that?
Tavern, like you see the sails kind of go and shake its head no.
Oh.
Phrase that more like a not yet type thing. I'm sure you can figure it out.
The tavern mimics
Gods, you could make it
mimics
fly, Max.
a very
Wait. This
perfect
is a creature, right?
yeah,
This is a creature.
very
This is a creature.
really quickly, very perfectly in Sarai's form pops up and does the same prestidigitation finger guns that she did without the spell effect. Like as you're like, eventually it's like, pew, 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 and then it disappears. And just and she goes, I told you I don't like it when you copy me. It makes me feel weird. Please.
Yeah, didn't like that. That was weird.
Can I make Morphello fly?
You can certainly try. It is a creature.
I would like to cast fly on Morphello.
All right.
And I'm going
Oh, wait,
to say
on
be
Tavern.
careful. Yeah, on Tavern, sorry. On Tavern.
Not on
And
Morphello.
I'm just gonna say, remember, we are trying to hide, but if we can like levitate, that'd be really cool. And
There is no size restriction on size. It is just a touch spell.
I know! So I just slapped the ground.
You slap the deck of the ship, and it just starts to float and take off. The sails disappear, and two wings shoot out the sides, and it's just like flapping along. although it's
They're-
completely useless. And
Dragon wings, yeah.
Isabel's just like, no, I don't like this one bit.
Doran is right there by his just going, okay, a little high. Can I go back inside the place?
Grab the glasses on the table. Whoop.
Oh, this is good.
They're sliding around a little bit. Marfello's, that's quite the trick. I'm sure that Tavern is going to insist that you do that every time you come back. Thank you.
Oh, I'd be more
Meanwhile,
than
below
happy.
there are tribes of little halflings throwing spears.
So Tavern does gain a flight speed of 60 feet, although Tavern was effectively a galley and traveling at like 3 or 4 miles an hour. So very much slows down as it like gets up to the height.
Yeah.
Is that slower?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh no, math.
No, math again. 60 feet.
Oh,
Let
it's
me
10 feet per second.
Feet
Let's
per
go.
second.
Feet per second to miles per hour. Oh my god. Yeah, 60 feet per round is
Is 6.8.
it's 8.8 miles per hour. It's actually moving faster. So it just
We pick up speed. Yes.
it picks up speed. It is like the whale in the boat. It's about no,
Yes.
I don't like this at all. No,
A
no.
blinding speed of 8 miles per hour.
Tavern encompasses Doran and Isabella and protects the two of you who are visibly panicked and verbally panicked and everything panicked as you fly.
Spackle runs to the front of the ship and goes, I'm king of...
Don't let go.
It's a little bit just like it's a little bit disturbing to see Spackle like float up there and put their arms down, and she's like sitting there floating, but the wind isn't flapping in her like nightgown thing, and she like looks behind. She looks down, she's like, oh, and then she like magically makes it float and like flutter.
God, I love her.
The two kids run up there. They've got a room downstairs that's got like stuff they've got like drawing supplies and holy shit, we're flying.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
isn't it
sorry,
cool?
Max. Holy.
No, that's cool. You can say shit this time.
Fuck, this is crazy.
All right, hold on. Watch it.
Record, have we seen airships at all in Cyorion?
We have now.
We saw the thing on the line when we went up to.
You did.
Yeah, but that was like that was like a cable car.
Yeah, that was a
essentially,
cable
right?
cart.
There
This is
were
a flying ship.
floating flying vessels in the Silvered Expanse going up to.
Were there?
Yep, they did fly, and
Oh,
also
that's right. But that was like a hot air balloon.
Remember, that's
thing.
when Dorn
like a
got
hot air balloon
Yeah,
thing.
when Dorn
Yep.
got airsick.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have also seen some flying vessels and hot air balloons being experimented on in Busat. Specifically, Soren has seen them. The Kizarvexis Luminary Academy does have stellar observatories that go up on hot air balloons in dusk to be able to get a better visibility. So there are some experimental air travel ships, but this is probably the fastest one in the world right now, as it's just like cruising along.
Yeah.
Because our ship is alive.
Very excitedly,
Loophole.
Tavern starts to fly, and it gets pretty high up.
We are trying to keep a low profile, Tavern.
Right, and it is going to run out in a few minutes, so probably not too tall.
You like look back down and you can see the islands in small shapes below you as it's like steadily traveling up at a good clip.
Ooh, that's a lot higher than I expected. All right, so
We
no,
need
we're
get
going
closer
to
to
go
the ground.
Tavern down, please.
down.
Let's go down.
I can cast this a couple of times. If
Yeah,
all
but-
else fails.
All right.
Tavern gets a little. Again, emotions on a ship. Tough to tell, but everything droops a little sadder as it starts to float back down.
Hey,
I know, buddy, I know.
I can recast it. How long would it take us to get out of this area of islands if I just, kept cast and fly on y'all?
Another 2 days.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
We can't really. We don't have that ability.
Yet.
Then don't get Tavern's hopes up, please.
I was just suggesting, if it would take, a lot faster now that we're going a whole 8 miles per hour. I mean, dang, that's fast.
Do you make Tavern sad?
This is the greatest. I am so in love with the community following along with us and just watching them belittle you guys for making Tavern sad is my
We
favorite
just
thing.
showed Tavern a whole new world, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, magic. This is
Soren
your
gets-
chance for revenge.
Soren
It's all
gets
about Maximilian making the
inspiration.
tavern
Everybody
sad.
else takes 4 psychic damage.
Do I need to make a concentration check?
Oh God, yes.
No.
Oh God, yes. Oh yes.
Oh God, no.
Okay. Let's
DC's
see how this
10
goes.
since it's only 4 damage.
Okay.
I give her my inspiration.
Sarah, I don't like that face.
Chicory.
I give her my inspiration. Roll it again.
Not one. Not
It
one.
was in that one.
I give her my inspiration. Roll it again.
Okay. No promises. Okay. This time it's a total of 16.
You all feel the tavern for just a moment. That's that pit of your stomach. The pit of your stomach goes up into your throat.
Hold the drinks.
We're gonna roll a Constitution save for Isabel and Doran since you're flying and you fucking hate that and you feel your stomach drop. I need a Constitution save for you.
All right.
You're both trapped in this room together. The captain's quarters basically expanded to capture Doran and Isabel to keep you two safe and not feeling like you're flying. And you are just like, whoa, and you feel it, and you're like, oh, everything's good. And then you look to Isabel, who rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
And just elephant barfing noodle chunks everywhere. The rest of you
But
here in the
this
distance.
self-contained bubble, she's like a horror snow globe.
Yes. The rest of you hear this horrible retching combined with elephant trumpeting going on from the back room, and slowly as like the tavern like catches itself and it's back to flying down, you all look back as Doran, the doors open, and Doran, describe what you look like walking out of here.
Oh.
Bits of noodle hung over his scales.
Oh, gross.
Broth stained his tunic. And it just the most shell-shocked expression you've ever seen on anyone ever. It just
Spackle Mime's throwing up.
I didn't know she had so much in her.
I'm gonna lie down for a bit. And in the back,
I have seen what you have not seen.
you see Isabel lying down in the captain's quarters, and there's this outline of Doran on the wall.
Oh! Gross!
Try to press to digitate it. And it
Sarai
doesn't all
walks
go
up
away
with
and
that, like, and tries to help you. She's like, "I'm so sorry," and Sarai's like helping you press to digitate Doran. Like, too bad
Yeah.
you can't press to digitate your mind. I mean, you don't need to remember all of this.
Yeah, you're lighting up the smoke to try to get rid of the smell.
Yeah.
I promise you I will work on a spell so that you never have to remember this again.
Press to digitate a happy smell around him. I make him smell like mint.
It smells like mint soup vomit.
It's
Still just in the back of your mind. Like, the smell's not there, but you know it is.
It's in his nostrils.
You just have this strong, pungent mint smell now.
It just smells like minty. You got like the the noodle. No.
Oh god.
Well, Isabel's probably not going anywhere for a while. Would you guys like to go home now? I think Morfello's like, yes, I think Tavern's had enough fun for one day.
All right, just land us first, and then we'll step out. I know how magic works.
Tavern starts to like descend very quickly.
Whoa.
Not very quickly, but at 60 feet, like a nice steep down angle. 60 feet down, 5 feet forward per round. Just
How far up are we? Were we at our max?
probably about 400 feet up, or 300 feet up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're rolling
So
fall damage.
5 rounds up.
Okay.
I love that chat is mathing the free fall
Yep.
speed.
Yeah.
Word to the wise,
I
do
was
not tread a
actually
math,
I was
fifth
trying
edition.
to help with that.
Bad idea. So eventually you guys land safely. And Sarai's like, well, I mean, I guess
That was fun.
For who?
For tavern, of course. At the time of its life. Right,
Who's a
Tavern?
good tavern?
Yeah,
Who's a
switch
good
It's not always
tavern?
about you, Doran. It's not always about you.
I'll give Tavern scritches on the underside of the table. Just who's a good tavern?
You're such
Tavern,
a
like,
good
shakes back and
little
forth.
tavern.
stop.
It's just our dog
Stop.
now.
You're going to give him a complex, please.
You are the bestest tavern ever.
He knows
That's
he's a good
objectively true.
tavern.
Is actually a fact. Yes.
Tavern knows that he's very good.
Good.
Well, now that the vomit is done, Tavern was, Tavern was distracted with flying, was supposed to be bringing some things up for you, I believe, some new things that we had available.
That was at one point the idea, yeah.
All right, Doran, I need you to roll a d20 for me, please.
A D20, okay. Can
Oh,
do
well.
D20. And let's roll. That's not a 20.
That's
What
not
are
a
you
20.
doing? Wow, that was the wrong one.
Oh,
Natural 20!
oh, oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, that was
Secret
your
table.
that was your roll to see if it was cursed or not, and it's not, and it's actually really going to be good. So we're going to go up on a good table now.
You don't frighten me with your curses.
It's worth getting vomited on.
Listen, I don't frighten you, but when people just die randomly, go ahead and roll a d100.
You frighten me a
for
little with your curses.
D100.
Yep.
Ooh.
5.
That's low. Shit.
Ooh.
Man, why aren't you a cleric?
Haven't
What?
found the right god yet.
I was thinking about giving you a paladin to reach out to you one day. We'll see how that goes.
We just have like a pet paladin that we just. I gave my party one of those ones.
Yeah.
They made him the main character. It was bad.
We'd like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior.
I gave my party a pet paladin and they died.
Nice.
Ooh.
Just. Yeah.
I gave my party a pet, not paladin, really, really funny NPC kind of hillbilly guy, and he got eaten by a nightwalker,
Nice. Like an actual one?
like an actual nightwalker,
Oh God!
like
it's
ripped
terrible.
apart brutally and eaten.
Oh no! Soul trapped forever.
It was awesome.
So this pair of boots appears on the deck. Apparently, Tavern feels very bad for you, and these are just for you, Doran.
Ooh.
Thank you. That could use some boots.
I mean, I don't know what they do, but feel free to put them on.
I'll work
Not
on that.
that's smart,
They're
but
gonna be
I
sectioned.
They're anti-phobia boots.
they're anti-gravity boots.
That'd be really funny.
I don't know where Tavern got them from, but you could try them on and see if they fit. Make Tavern feel better. I don't know.
Vomit walker.
God.
No.
Oh.
You wear these finely crafted boots, but every step feels like you're squishing in wet vomit.
No.
Oh, good lord.
Boots
right.
of Upchuck.
Are you putting them on?
Yeah, let's roll the dice on chaos and just put them on without identifying them first.
Cool. Make a wisdom saving throw.
That's what we like to hear.
Oh
I know
dear. Okay, a wisdom saving throw.
You said they weren't cursed.
They weren't.
They made
no.
me shit.
Oh no!
They're gonna
That's,
be alive.
They weren't.
gonna be alive.
I went from the Griffin's saddlebag and pulled something off one of the nice tables, and he just happened to roll a 5. So
That's a natural 1 on that wisdom saving throw.
neat. You
All right,
take
how dead is
18
he?
necrotic damage as you put them on. These tendrils dig into your sinew in your leg muscles and interlock with their own flesh, and they latch onto you. However, you immediately know what they're capable of. If you keep these on, you can gain flying speed equal to your walking speed. You can hover. You hover 20 feet off the ground in this way, and you leave behind a thin trail of shadows. In addition, you can take the dash action while wearing the boots and move an additional 10 feet. They have 4 charges, gain a D3 plus 4 expended charges at dusk, and while wearing them as a bonus action, you can spend a charge to use Expeditious Retreat or Misty Step. And when you Misty Step, it's a silvery mist that surrounds you.
Which means that Turok can use the shadows to shadow step behind you, right?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's wild.
If you keep them on.
TGS, you guys are killing it.
That's dope.
So it's up to you if you want to keep them on or not, or you can ask your friend
Oh,
who
yeah,
has removed
they're-
curse to take them off.
They're gonna stay on for now.
Okay.
Are they cursed?
As long
This
as
is cursed, and it does come with some downsides.
okay.
You make acrobatics checks with disadvantage, and you take an extra 10 feet to stand up after falling prone.
Oh, okay.
But they come with a lot of advantages. They are Boots of Dendalin from the Griffin's Saddlebag, if you guys want to check them out. And Doran, they are going into your inventory and on your feet.
All right.
We are Venom.
Normally I wouldn't give out a rare thing like this, but these were pretty freaking awesome, and because of that natural 20 roll, I felt confident giving you some extra movement stuff. If these had been super, super powerful weapons, I would have said, no, screw you. But these are pretty cool. I like them.
Those are sweet.
Yeah,
Spackle
slender boots. Those are pretty good way to put them. The rest of you watch as these red,
Thanks, Sam.
fleshy tendrils reach up around Doran's calves and just sink into his legs.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
It was a very interesting sensation. Wow.
Hopefully no
How we
worse
doing,
than
buddy?
being vomited on by Aloxodon.
Hindsight is 2020.
Well,
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
side note, if you're taking damage on that left-hand side, if you click it as it highlights, you can just type -18 and it'll subtract it for you. It'll do the math.
Oh.
So you don't have to math.
I just math because I'm slow. I have my phone always
good.
here as a calculator.
All good, just offering you some more tips.
Well, thank you. It helps.
Well, fancy new boots aside, thank you, Tavern. And he secretly leans over and thinks about it for a second, and then as you're all watching, he's stands back up, and then you all swear you hear down below in the basement, "Who's a good tavern?" as Morphello's talking to him through another Morphello down below. Should we get some food together? I don't know if Doran wants to eat, but
We did just eat.
That's mostly what's on him right now, actually.
oh, I'm sorry. Tavern was very excited to fly, apparently.
I don't think I'm ready to eat for another
Yeah.
week.
No noodles? None?
If I ever see another noodle again, it would be too soon.
Well, yeah, we can take a few on board, and I would love to have them to help out, but I mean, if you're not going to stay, I guess we see if this actually works or not, and the door lets them stay here.
Oh god. All right. As usual, I'll be last out. Open the door, and I'm assuming the shop is still there.
Yep, you open the door, the shop's still there. You hear someone outside. Hello? Are you open, Isabel?
Fuck off.
Sorry. They leave.
Spackle goes to the door and points to the close sign.
Dad's like, "Good," and just runs. Well, thank you all. Sorry, Dad. Well, see you later. Try not to pretend to break the glass next time for me, please.
Oh no, of course not. I'll have something else, much more clever.
Good.
As everybody else makes their way out, I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna stare at her really pointedly, And next time you'll have to contend with these if you want to tackle me. And 2 giant spectral glowing magical arms will extend off of my shoulders and I'll just stand there like and then all 4 of the arms are gonna wave and I'm gonna walk out.
Good lord. So you go to close the door behind you, a little bit concerned.
Just praying. Please, 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 please.
You know, you may be covered in Loxodon parts soon. And as the door clicks behind you, you hear a chanting going from across the waves. And you instinctively reach back to open the door. And there's nothing there. The door's already closed behind you.
Chanting?
Of a all-female chorus. Who are you sending
That
to?
sound like halfling chanting?
To Sarai. All right, please tell me everyone is alive. Also, what was that sound that we heard? Everything all right?
Everyone's fine, but Morphello is really scared. Apparently, they saw us. There it is. So everyone's fine. Everyone's fine. But Morphello is really scared. Apparently, they saw us. There are 3 Utample warships rounding the island. That's 20 words.
All right.
And there are no parts back there. It seems that everybody made it through. And actually, if you close them on the other side of the door, they're allowed to stay.
Okay, good to know.
Hopefully they'll still be there.
The rest of you heard the war drums and the chanting echoing through the restaurant as you all stepped into the other side, as Soren was like pulling the door closed.
And just to clarify, I would know that if they are like outside of range and are just like chill, then they will be left alone, right?
Supposedly.
Okay. Like, obviously I would have told them that, but I just wanted to make sure that was the way that works.
Obviously
Okay.
would have, but you didn't.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. No. They seemed to. She said Morphello was scared and that there were Utample warships coming. But
I knew about that.
You are all safely back in Rosita.
I really hope that everyone's okay. Oh gosh.
I would imagine so. I mean, they are calm and thing functions as it should. Be all right.
They're fine if they like just lay down arms, right? I mean, not that they really have any arms on them.
Not really. I mean, Tavern can grow weird weapons out of nowhere, but no, I think they'll be all right.
I'm sure it'll be fine. And if it's not, you know,
Flying entities and tribal societies.
Maybe they're a god now.
Well, you all stand alone in the empty shop of Desert Strands, Isabel Rosewood's old noodle shop that still got pots boiling on the stove, and you guys just kind of bounced from.
Turn those off before we leave.
Not to be that person, but did she take all of the money with her?
Oh yeah.
The little container that she was sliding coin into is not there.
Good.
Maximilian's trying to raid the fucking till.
Honestly, I just wanted to save it so that we could give it to her next time we go to Morphello's.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there an orc still in here?
No, he left. He left earlier.
Okay.
So, what would you guys like to do?
We want to. Let's open the noodle shop.
See if we can
We just
run it for
stop
a
doing
day
everything
and
else
then-
and we just open a noodle shop. That's what we do.
You know, we were going to save the world and all that, but we sort of settled down and it's comfy here. Neighborhood watch is very, very thorough.
Yeah, apparently
Change the
they
name
punch
to-
children that don't give them enough information.
Just change the name to Noodle Adventures and that'll be it.
Yeah.
I think that we actually may have something here. Because the last time that the kid was seen, he was with Turok and us. And now the kid's gone. So if we ever, need to see the Nightwalker, maybe there's going to be a rumor started about us, and he may come to pay us a visit.
I don't want to get stabbed and have my blood used as paint.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can I'm not saying we can take him. I'd like to make that clear. But I'd like to say that, we could possibly talk him down and be like, no, we saved him. And then he'll be like, oh, that's great, cool.
You're far more optimistic about this than we are.
Yes, he doesn't strike me as the talking kind of creature, more like the hunt first, talk later.
Ask questions never.
According to the kids.
Then again,
So
you
as
did
my
talk down
eyes
the
being
dragon,
stabbed.
so I should, perhaps I shouldn't doubt your abilities.
Just everybody remember, as your eyes are being stabbed from your face, just, no, we just wanted to talk. Just remember those words.
Well, the only thing I want to do right now is go for a nice hot soak in a tub.
Oh, yes.
Would you like me to bring you a bowl of noodles while you're soaking?
You do that and I'll go find some more children for you to punch.
The fucking shade in today's game. Goodness gracious. Okay, so where are we heading to now that we have some information? We want to go back and talk to Melindra or Daddy Castile. Like, what's the plan here? I couldn't remember his name for a moment. It's Belrand. I was like, Daddy Castile.
Really?
Time is probably about 1 o'clock. You guys got there or in the afternoon, so it's probably 1 to 2 o'clock.
We could look around for the soulless rebels. See if we could kick anyone's ass or get attention.
I think they'd be in hiding right now
Great.
after
They're all together.
their apparent leader and whoever else, maybe their top dogs, just got brutally murdered.
God, their top dog sent after a kid. How pathetic do you have to get?
It is very telling about their capabilities.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a child.
I think probably our best option is to regroup at Belrand's and share information, see what he has learned.
I agree.
And
Seemed quite busy last night.
I think if we're gonna go after these rebellious people, we might need to take it to Busat.
That is where they're from. Good point.
That's probably where their leaders are, but that's not my goal.
All right, back to the Castiles then.
Okay. Everybody heads back up to the Castiles, and Melindra's working in that common room with Belrand kind of nursing a glass of wine and a plate of food, talking with her about the things that happened. You guys come in and there's a bit of a brief interruption as they're discussing things, and like seems to be family stuff. He's like, well, we'll pick it up again later, dear. Don't worry. She's like, sure, Dad. I understand. Well, where have you guys been all day? Find anything interesting in the city of Rosita besides a Farallon woman hiding under the roof? I guess that's what you called them.
We went to the Keys for a bit.
The Katala Keys.
Yeah.
Melindra even kind of gives you like a... What?
I don't explain.
Nope.
Well, we do.
I mean, if you need an escape, there are plenty of mind-altering substances in the city, and just don't take any of the ones that would harm you.
Speaking of doing harm, have you heard of the Nightwalker incident in the city?
Yeah, I was...
The transition.
I was given a report about some underworld members, gang affiliates that attacked some people and paid a hefty price for it.
Yeah.
Some vigilante called the Nightwalker. The people of the city seem to respect them, but we have a code of justice here, and I don't appreciate people taking the law into their own hands.
Has this Nightwalker appeared in your city before?
No, this is the first I've heard of him making his way to Rosita. Or her, I don't know. Most people seem to think he's male in stature, but we have no idea what this person or thing is. They say it attacks, and it comes from and attacks as shadow and leaves just as quickly. I thought for a moment that he might be Tarak, but I didn't think he was that skilled, so we quickly dismissed Tarak as a suspect.
Yeah, Tarak punches kids, not grown adults.
He didn't actually punch a kid. Belrun, don't worry.
He got a shiner.
It sounded like a joke.
Okay, good. Some people take it too seriously. We've told like 3 different people today, and all of them are like, "Oh my gosh."
Melindra is like, did he really punch a kid?
Of course he didn't.
Oh my god.
Totally did.
Bagel.
At this point, Trog is just, he gives up. He just...
Did you find any leads? Is this someone I should be worried about in my city, or are they going?
Well,
I'd be more worried about the people that he killed. Their group is apparently
The Soulless
a very
Rebels.
bad group. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the Soulless Rebels?
An offshoot. There's a group growing in Busad, Arkaroth's chosen from the Church of Arkaroth, that are against the touched.
Right.
Feel that they're unclean, that they're unholy, that they don't deserve life, that they forfeited it before, and that should not be given back to them so easily. And
They forfeited us.
really heartless individuals that have no compassion for their fellow man. It is.
Yeah.
It is sad when one sits behind a position of power like faith and chooses who should live and die.
Yeah, it's really terrible. Do you know where they hide out?
Arkaroth's chosen is based in Busad.
The Soulless Rebels, though, that are here. Do you know where they be hanging
The Soulless
around?
Rebels, they mix in Ashahoya. There's some small upstart of nut jobs that think that they understand some greater teaching. I can count the ones I knew on one hand. Likely whoever this Nightwalker was took care of this group of upstarts. They've heard pieces of the teachings and are cherry picking Arkaroth's message for their own and making a terrible name for themselves in the world. And these poor misguided youths have followed Arkaroth's chosen's teachings and have splintered from the Church of Arkaroth.
Would I know what the actual teachings of Arkaroth are?
Arkaroth is a being of rebirth and light. Is pretty much deemed a good god. One of the largest churches in Busad. Arkaroth
feels like something very pro-touched.
Yeah, Arkaroth, the primary church, was thought to be very pro, like very much, help the poor and the downtrodden, lift everybody up, like bring the light to all people and share in things. And there's a small group. Apparently what you know of the Church of Arkaroth has been very bastardized in this view that you're hearing it from. And you're finding it a bit hard to believe that one of the largest churches that just mere blocks from your house had this like large temple is now hosting this hate group.
Doran's gonna pull Soren to the side and just be like,
"If
they were not like this before, do you think they could have already been infiltrated by the changelings, the Ebon Hand?
Very likely, yes.
Oh dear, I was afraid of that.
I suspect that many things that we encounter that are considered odd or new are going to be planted there by them, yes. I think that means we know where we're going first when we land.
Sounds about right to me.
Busad is the place that I would encourage you to take up this hunt. I don't think there's much more here that we can do for you in Rosita. I hope that you've all been able to resupply and find things to help you in your journey, but clearly your mission is elsewhere. And Melindra told me of the troubles in Oodland. We have many things to get in place before we take action against the dragons. But rest assured, we'll begin to move those pieces into place.
The faster we can assemble forces, the better. That they are at least 10 steps ahead of us in terms of their planning and what they have. It has been like this in Newland for generations now.
And then I would encourage you, if they are making moves against people, to stand before them wherever you can, whatever forces they have out in the world, but save the primary moves against Oodland for us. If you can undermine them in the world, do so. But don't burden yourself with the thought of waging war against a nation. Allow me to take that burden for you.
Dream of it. With your permission, though, I would like to check in occasionally.
I hope you do. We would value highly any information you bring to us about the movements in Oodland, or the forces thereof. She said something about a Kirmi, a Fangs of Kirmi group.
The Fangs of Kirmi are the assassins trained to deal with escaped slaves, such as myself.
Should you cut any of them down and gain information, please pass it along, and we will use it against our war against the dragons of Oodland.
Should I encounter my siblings again, I will forward any information we retrieve to you.
Very good. Well, I wish you all the best, and hope you have a safe rest of your journey to Bisat. We should arrive at Nejambin tomorrow.
Wonderful.
And did anybody have anything else for Melindra or Belrin de Castile?
Would we have gotten a short rest?
You guys would get a long rest this evening.
I have something for the long rest.
Absolutely.
In that time, though.
In that time, likely not a short rest. Like sometime before the evening, possibly a short rest. But if you had nothing else pressing, you could pretty much got the afternoon to take a short rest and then a long rest that night.
I wanted to do Arcane Recovery to get back that 3rd level spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
And
can do.
Check in with Tavern, or check in with Morfello, excuse me. Just hello. How did it go earlier? I trust you followed the advice. No problems?
It's hard to understand when you reach out to someone's mind and touch them with sending. You feel the magic connect, and you know the spell completes. But with sending, you're really opening a channel to someone else's consciousness. And when they are drunk, boy, is it hard to understand what's coming back to you. Well, I tell you, these new temple are pretty awesome. Your daughter's a real party animal. We're just having the best time, and Tavern is having so much... And it cuts out.
That's so good.
See, nothing to worry about. I'm going to bed.
Jaeger, you had something for the long rest?
Yeah, do we have our own independent rooms?
Yeah, you guys have private rooms in this residence. There's enough guest quarters for you guys all to stay in some separate rooms.
Okay. During that time, Jaeger will go up to his room and pull out every tool that he has and open up all of his books and then pull out some crystals. And in the process of random just tests and research notes that he has in his book, he begins a process that you and I talked about.
I'm so gonna have to scroll back in our DMs.
Well,
Yes, we are putting
basically testing
a pin in this conversation because yes, you definitely do that. I just have to scroll back up and remember it exactly. All right.
So I'm
Anybody else?
thinking tinkering with my
Yep.
crystals.
Trak is going to go find Melindra and talk to her about the things we've talked about before too.
Yeah. Melindra has progress and is confident that she's going to have it completed by tomorrow for you. Yep. Thank you, Josh. I knew it was in there somewhere. Yep. You definitely work on that. She has a lot of progress. Thinks by tomorrow afternoon, by the time you guys get to Najim Bin, that it's available for you. Does anybody else have anything they want to accomplish in Rosita during the last half day of travel?
I'm going to go to sleep and commune with my patron about making a certain something.
Everybody's got secrets.
Cryptic.
There are so many secrets
There
going on.
it is.
Why do you think I was slightly late? There's so many secrets. Everybody's got them, and they all come out eventually.
Also, Ben, I want to do that thing.
Initiate something planned.
No, wait, you're turning into a Yurig too?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
And it's all done completely in the dude.
So you all complete your long rest and your activities you had planned to do. And
Tarak is gonna dream of punching children in the eye. It's gonna be his worst nightmare ever.
good lord.
You have no idea.
Please make sure you grab yourself a long rest.
Yahoo!
But
Lack the permissions to update setting. Blah, 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 blah.
oh
Yeah.
jeez, I hope not.
I had that happen too, but my long rest went through, so.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
On the
Also, that's the name of the shop. Send Nudes, Noods.
oh good lord.
I was thinking we should name it Noodleland.
And nudes!
Noodland. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I know what Doran's doing if he manages to survive this and
Just
retires.
have like a cartoony picture of Doran's face on the glass, like painted on there, just
No, it's
with like one noodle.
It's actually posed noodle, you know.
Yeah.
It's Doran, but instead of scales, it's like the shell pasta.
Oh god.
Good lord.
And then Doran became a fast food mascot.
So on the 48th of Venetis, right before the last week of our fall season, the city of Rosita approaches the coast of the Camsaid Strait. And parked alongside in all its majestic 1.5 mile long glory is the floating city of Ashahoya, Najembin. The only of the cities that does not walk in the only way securely across the Camsaid Strait. You stand out on the edge of the lift. Melindra running with an attendant. The very last moment, hands a slender, ornate, and beautiful quarterstaff to Tarak on the left. I hope this serves you really well, Tarak.
Thank you.
My medallions.
Melindra.
And standing on the lift, as you're all kind of getting ready to leave, and you've got your pouch with you, Jaeger, that contains your medallions. You want to
And-
hand them out. Yeah, you get the same thing. Anybody who had something waiting to get, yes, you get it.
No, it's just that we had also commissioned Melindra to make several more of those Stella Tenuum thingy things.
She's working on that in the city, but she doesn't have
Okay.
those ready yet. That's going to take a lot more time.
Okay, cool.
Yep, you guys have your one to take with you. She's trying to get something that'll actually protect an entire city.
Oh,
No.
badass. Okay.
Then, scrolling up to this. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm trying to find
Mom.
it.
Hi, Mom!
Try and grab it. Here it is.
Good night, Mom.
Love the rain and the lightning sound. It's so nice.
It is raining torrentially on the coast. Like you can see Najim Bin in the distance as you're approaching, and you're parked, about 500 or 600 feet above it. But this large floating city's got people moved out ready to get onto Rosita.
Okay, well, Jaeger will go up to the runner and grab the bag and thank them with a firm handshake, but then turn to the rest of the group and come back and start to pull out one by one and hand to each of you a necklace. Blue sapphire in the middle, silver pendant with the initial M and P on each side in our wonderful art share channel here on Discord, but made by our wonderful artist Sam.
Sam, we talked about these necklaces, and then Sam put them together, and just like, I know I want a real one so bad, but this going up on screen is what Jaeger passes out to everybody.
Nice. He'll pass one out to each and every one of you, including himself. He'll put one on, and just to everyone. It's hard for me sometimes to express, I guess, the meaning of family. But I hope this now symbolizes the group, because I didn't see anything that said you were all part of the same group, and I hope you don't mind if I made one myself.
Perfect.
Backle wraps her arms around your neck. Just
yeah, Max gives him a big hug. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
The platform shifts as the first group of people descends to Najembin and one step closer to Besats. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Woo!
Thanks, everybody. We are here next week, but the week after we will be off because I'll be in Vegas competing in the World Series of Board Games. So we'll see you guys next week, but the week after that we'll be off, so please hang out. I think there's going to be some streams, actually. They sent us a survey, and they're like, tell us about yourself and what got you into board games, because we might talk about you on stream, so you might see me there. We'll see.
Cool.
But thanks, everybody, for joining us. I know we ran a little bit over today, so thanks, players and viewers, for hanging out with us tonight, but we'll see you guys next week. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Night.